all right. And we are here.
Oh shit.
What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome to another episode of The Gods Cancelled with me, Chris G, and your homie, Filipino Champ. What's up, Brian? How you doing?
What's up, dude? What's up, Chris? I'm doing great. What's up, everybody? Happy New Year to y'all. Happy holidays. I hope every holiday was great for y'all.
Oh, yeah, it has been a week, huh? So, just like last week, right? What'd you do for New Year's?
Let me see. What did I do? Oh yeah, it was CJ's birthday. CJ's birthday is December 31st, so kind of like
Oh,
went for a
snap.
barbecue.
I forgot. Damn.
Yeah, and then there's like fireworks here in our area. Then drank a few what do you call soju. And then hang out with my family the next day. It's about it. Nothing really special. But yeah,
Damn, that sounds
but we
pretty
have a
good.
storm. We have a storm pretty bad here in NorCal right now. But yeah,
Oh yeah, I don't know why when you mentioned that to me, I thought that was in the Philippines. I'm stupid as hell. Right? Yeah, NorCal. I don't know why. I just thought I was like, yeah, champ is streaming from the Philippines right now. No,
no, I haven't been in the Philippines for like over a year now, I think.
no, I know. That's why I was just bad confused. But yeah,
Uh,
I went to a bar. What's weird too, cause like they were like, yo, you want to go to the roof? You want to watch the fireworks? And I was just like, yeah, sure. And then I had a drink, and I was like, man, I ain't climbing to the roof. Get the hell out of here. Like, I can't even dare. So it's like
let
me.
your bitch out.
I just didn't want to go to the roof. Like, you had to take an elevator, you had to leave, and I was just like,
Oh.
yeah, like let's just not do that. Because then because I was holding two drinks, and I'm like, that's just too much work, you know?
Hmm.
Exactly, you had to touch concrete, man. That's too much. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good week and a good New Year's as well. But you would think that we would start off the new year right, but champion. I don't think we're doing too good so far. It's only the fourth, and I know today's Wednesday, but yesterday was a pretty interesting blow up Tuesday, and for some
Oh,
reason, someone decided to blow up himself on that Tuesday. So I look before we get into that, I just want to say because somebody wrote it. I forgot. I was like, it's like imagine putting yourself out there to get blown up on that day of all days. And
yeah,
yeah, my man didn't have a plan at
yeah.
all.
That's a IQ problem. Like, because if you gave notice to the community like December 30th when everything exploded, right? He tweeted that he's gonna defend himself, whatever, and then he had ample amount of time, and to bring in the facts, and then when he started streaming with Rob and all the important questions like evidences, he had nothing to show for. So he just shot himself in the foot. Like, it's like so bad. You go in there. It's either you admit to it. I think that would be the very best to just admit to it since everything is obvious already. Just admit to it. You know, you
Yeah,
fucked up and you did that, and you tell them exactly, what you did. And but now it's even bad because he might go to jail for this because it's just bad.
yeah, for sure. Before we go, into this further, because obviously this is a big issue. This is a big issue for the FGC as a whole. This is a big issue for streaming. This is a big issue for TOs. And even
Mm-hmm.
though, people are saying, oh, don't, put in Matcherino with all this, it's definitely a problem for Matcherino. Uh,
Yep.
but yeah, so the other two topics of the day is actually one is Smash related with Armada. And then the other one will be Capcom Cup and their rules that I think they're gonna have to explain. So yeah,
Uh huh.
let's just get today going with. We don't have a guest, so we're just gonna go straight through the topics of the day, right? So
Sure.
we might as well get through the Smash news first, because for those you guys don't really care about Smash. I get it, but you know, I do like Armada, and
Me too.
yeah, Armada definitely is one of the coolest people I ever met. So
Same.
seeing how he feels about the Smash scene, it's definitely kind of awakening, right? And now I'm gonna read some stuff that he had wrote, right? So for those who don't know, Armada is a Smash player, one of the best Smash
Probably the
melee
GOAT.
players of all time, right? Yeah, arguably the GOAT.
Yeah,
You know, before he stepped back.
Yeah.
But so lately he's been doing some Super Mario 64 runs, which I've seen him do it once or twice before, but I didn't think he was like really into that, right? It's like it's kind of funny, right? You go from being like the Smash god to I'm gonna stream some Super Mario 64. Like I want to actually be a legit speedrunner in the game.
Is he good?
I don't know. I mean, you know, considering that he would be that good in Melee, right? And that requires 1,000 inputs a second. I would assume.
Yeah.
Why not,
sure.
right? You're speedrunning. I feel like you'd be pretty decent at it. But so yeah, he wrote part of this is my exit with Melee. During a long time, my exit towards it was great. It changed when tons of lies happened and death wishes, etc. followed only due to these lies. It was worse when it felt like these lies were spread and taken as truth. Do you see how ridiculous that sounds as it is, right? He wrote this at December 31st, 2022. All right? Then he wrote, with this said, I hope that with Super Mario 64, I have found a new home and people appreciate what I do. Gonna try my best to push Super Mario 64 moving forward. All right? So then, Lucky, which is like, I don't really know too much about him, but he's a Smash player, and I think he's one of Mango's like really, really good friends. And he wrote, the way you are wording this is making me so mad on so many levels. The Melee community adores you. You probably had some haters and some Omega internet crappers like most top players, but the Super Mario 64 community will never love you the way we do, right? And then he called him the P word, right? Obviously, I don't curse, so he wrote P-U-S-S-Y. Sorry, guys, I can't say it, but it is what it is, right? So then Armada, it looks like Lucky was kind of saying something nice, but like in a really aggressive way, all right? And he wrote, wow, this means crap. The way you word this should hurt everyone. Adores you, yeah, while tons of lies for years are spread, leading to very bad stuff, but being as blind as you, some gotta be nice, right? Blind as you / some gotta be nice. Just make sure to try your hardest at the next Super Major, right? And then he wrote, of course, I know there are many people that have been on my side for years. These people I love a lot, which should go without saying. Just tired of these false narratives and people trying to downplay a lot. And I guess with Lucky, it hits close to home, right? So they go in, they go out, right? They're writing a bunch more stuff. And then he writes a twit longer. I guess really, really putting his thoughts onto paper, right? He wrote, as tons of people already have mentioned, I did imply Mango and stuff he has done, which has impacted a lot for me. Ever since I've retired, Mango has honestly been a toxic a-hole, to say the least, and being so without any consequences, and I guess it got completely normalized, for a lack of a better word. First off, it started with less subtle stuff. I guess I did not see the true impact or meaning behind early on, right? So it goes on and on and on, right? For those who want to see the twit longer, it is right here, posting it in the chat, right? So he writes a lot. Obviously, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go into it in detail, right? Just to speed this up a little bit. But one thing that I did notice from reading Twitter and everything was people pretty much downgrading, downplaying, and just ignoring how he's feeling, right? And one of the big reasons I made this a topic is because, you know, it resonates with me, and I heard a lot of people say that it resonates with them as well. You know, being a player and stuff. In Armada's case, most people are saying that he's been loved, right? He's been loved this whole time. and that there's no reason to be like upset or think that people are against him. But according to Armada, he's getting all types of stuff, all types of BS, and what's weird is that people aren't believing him. Now, it's crazy again that we live in a world where just because like we play video games and whatnot, like that we don't got stuff going on, that we don't got stuff affecting us. Like for all we thought, right? Armada's just living life, like his life is fantastic, right? We don't know exactly what's going on behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's name dropping, Mango, right? It says here, Mango painted a picture of me as someone that would rather see the game die, as someone that disrespected all the players, someone afraid of competition, and apparently Melee being something that can't be talked about for me. So it's like, again, I don't know super how true this is.
Yeah.
But again, if he's saying this, that means that he in fact felt it. And
Okay.
I just feel like it's just crazy that like people are just saying he's kind of lying. So it's like, how do you feel about that? Like being a top player, dealing with people like just talking crap and like just disregarding what you believe, like how you feel, how your emotions are.
This is how it is, okay? Because everybody's different and everybody has a different threshold when it comes to your emotions, right? So obviously Mango calls him the P word, right? Because he's a different person than Armada, obviously. And Armada is a little bit more, I would say more in line with his emotional side, right? So with me, I look at it like, I know, sure, we're playing video games and people should somehow respect our feelings, whatever. But to me, shit, we're playing video games. This is my point of view. We're playing video games. I should stop being a goddamn pussy. We're just playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what everybody hates. I don't care. I'm just playing video games. I'm already having fun. I'm on top of the world. Who gives a fuck? That's how I would think. But that not everybody thinks that way, and I respect that. Other people might feel a certain way, right? Like maybe some people are affected mostly how other people think about them, right? And I respect that because everybody is different. Everybody's complex and unique, and I get it. But with me, I give no fucks if that 99% of the community absolutely wants to boo me because they don't like my persona, and they wanted to root for ChrisG or Justin. Shit, that's even better because that motivates me even more to play harder. So to me, I side with his perspective and his feelings. But I understand where Mango is coming from. The fact that he said, like, stop being a pussy. Like, I understand that as well from his perspective. But, I respect both of their opinion. It's just that,
well,
at least
it's
from my
also
perspective,
saying,
it's like that.
It's also saying that he's been getting death threats, right? Because
that's really bad.
Because of what Mango was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. His name pops up like a lot throughout this whole thing. And it, like, according to Armada, Mango painted this picture for the public. I don't know how deep it goes, right? But apparently it's been going on since like 2019, 2018?
Okay.
Right? So
that threat is bad. So it should never get to that point. We should be talking about video game opinions, whatever. But when it comes to physically harming somebody, that's just on a whole new different level, and that's really bad. And it should never get to that point. It should never get to that point.
He wrote, eventually it got to the point where I stopped streaming Melee entirely. As many might remember, I still did stream Melee occasionally. While a lot of hate on various platforms, I really felt like it was not worth it. I still play Melee occasionally to this day, but for my own sake, I will keep it offline. So it's like, it seems to me that whether or not people want to believe it, according to Armada, Mango, people like Lucky, and a few other people, kind of made his decision to leave the scene that much more easier. And
Okay.
you know, it sucks. It definitely sucks. I feel like, again, like as a player who has gotten many threats and still continues to get ridiculous amounts of threats.
I get that
Uh,
so much before, man.
yeah, it definitely sucks, you know. And
Hmm.
I've mentioned this before, you know, like when people are like, oh, you know, you're like really strong and stuff, like you don't let things bother you. And honestly, it does, you know, whether or not like I can push it off at the end of the day,
Hmm.
it does bother. Like, damn, like, you know, I'm just trying to play, like you said, right? We're here to just play video games. So
Yeah.
so to be having all that stuff being sent your way, especially off of like ridiculous things, it
Hmm.
definitely it even
Makes
I've
sense.
thought about it, and I've told you, right, where I'm like, I
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
sometimes I feel like I want to leave. I want to
yeah,
leave
yeah.
because
Makes
of
sense.
the things, the bad things that people say. So I definitely get where Armada's coming from. You know, like he was just like, I just don't want to deal with it. Screw it. You know, I'm out of here. Like,
Yeah, makes sense.
who are we to judge that, right? But I know a lot of people they freaking, you know, they think they're entitled to people's times
Like,
and whatnot.
like, I had a death threat, saying that they're gonna shoot me in the spot if they see me. And I was like, they ain't doing that. So me, as a younger version of myself that time, I gave no fucks. I still went to the tournament that they said they're gonna do that to me. I went there. Sure, I brought my friends with me, but I went there and nothing happened to me. Like, but looking back, I shouldn't have done that because I kind of risked my life in a way, right? But then basically, I called their bluff. But I don't think that's a smart choice. But like I'm saying, like, but I didn't really complain. I put that on my grandmother, and that has happened. And I love my grandma so much, but I mean that, like, I didn't really tweet about it or talk about it before. I just let it rock, because to me it's like, man, I'm playing video games. Who cares? And nothing really happened. Nothing violent gonna happen at FGC. But then there was also another time in Combo Breaker. It's just this is a totally different scenario, like experience. But remember that time when there was a booth in Combo Breaker when they were selling like guns, but the guns are like fake guns, but they look so physical. They have a gun, like, fake gun store
Yeah,
inside the Combo Breaker booths, whatever, so people can buy these weapons. So I was like, this is so bad because that means anybody can just walk in with an actual rifle and people would think it's okay, and they can just shot a bunch of people, right? And this is the time when there was like so many mass shootings was happening to schools, etc. So I tweeted about it and I talked to the TO about it. I think, don't you think this is a bad idea? Though during that time, I didn't have any death threats or anything like that. I was just concerned for the safety of the public during that time. And I love that the way Common Breaker handled that, and they agreed for the safety of the people, and they took care of it. It's really awesome. That's why I love Common Breaker, amazing event.
yeah.
But that's happened in the past. But yeah,
It is crazy too, because like when you think about it, right? Because I'm 32 now, and yeah, just like you said, right? I've been getting these threats for what, like over like 9 years, right? Obviously,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
When Mora Doom came into the picture, that was where things really hit the fan. But yeah, like at first I was like, it's really stupid of me to go to almost welcome it. You know, where somebody will make a threat against me, and I'll be like, all right, well, I'm be at next level. I'm be at big two. I'm be at battle circuit. Like you know how stupid that sounds. Like as someone just wrote in the chat, all it takes is one
Yeah, I
crazy
agree.
person.
Yeah,
Like, so
somebody
like,
having a bad day. Yeah,
yup, literally all it takes is one. And like in
hmm
Armada's situation, like literally, for all we know, he's probably thinking the same thing. We don't know exactly, how he feels, but like, dog, like you're dealing with all this stuff, right? And you feel in your head it's for no reason. It's like, damn, why would I ever put myself in like a situation where like somebody might just say and do something stupid, you know? And even if it's that's not the case, that ruins the passion, the fun that you would normally have. You know, let's say you're looking forward to going to an event and somebody's just saying all this dumb stuff like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna beat you up when I see you. Then it's like, dog, I was looking forward to this event. And now all it takes, like I said, all it takes is one person. It's like, dog, now I don't even care. Like,
this is why I know that they have banned some people from violence, whatever, or or potential violence, whatever, at one point. I don't have to name a few, but these people. But I'm saying, like, how about those people that does death threats to us? Since there's no accountability, in their names on Twitter, or or kind of like anime pictures, whatever. Like they're not using their real names, etc. Like they never gonna face any charges for that, and that sucks because, like, I hate for something bad happens to FGC, like all these things that happen with the mass shootings, etc. In different. They go to kids' school and they shot kids, man. That's just absolutely terrible. Like, if they can do that to that one, that the likelihood of that happening to like a concert or to an FGC event is pretty high, And I hope that never happens to the FGC, because the FGC relies so much on offline events. Imagine that happens one time, bro. It's a wrap for our community. That's why I hope that more events are gonna be more secure, but then they don't really check the bags. Unfortunately, right? Like,
oh, actually, you know what? Speaking of,
they don't check the bags.
This actually involves Mr. Wizard. I've mentioned this once or twice before, but I guess for the sake of the gods canceled, I will mention it again. So
Mr. Wizard, huh?
Yeah, it involves Mr. Wizard. So this was the Evo. I think this was the Evo that I won, 2016.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, I won 2016. So, how, like, when it's getting close to top 8 matches, like, there's, like, mad people around, right? Watching you guys play. Like, so...
I love that. That shit's awesome.
This was my situation against, what's his face?
Joey
D, right? So my qualifying match was against Joey D, right? And of course, for those who have seen the match, I'm not gonna go into detail, right? But it was ridiculous. I ended up winning it, right? Now, so Jay Rosa was next to me, and we both get up. And now at this point, right, there's like you actually can't move. There's just people everywhere. And so we get up, we're trying to move out. I guess, like, at this point, we're like, yo, like, get out of the way, right? We're trying to move through. And somebody just decks Jay Rosa.
What do you mean? Somebody hit him? Punched him?
Yep, somebody just straight up punches Jay Rosa. And...
Oh, what the hell? Really? That happened in the Marvel tournament?
Yeah, that happened. So...
At Evo?
This happened at Evo, right? And like, and mind you, the whole time I was playing, I was literally like, it was almost like I was hyperventilating. Like there was just people around me, and I'm like trying to get space, and everybody's like telling people like, yo, move back like a foot. But like everybody's like at this point, like they're breathing distance. And so, right, somebody punches Jay Rosa, right? He flips out instantaneously, right?
Rightfully so.
So he finds he sees the person, right, and that person's friend. Apparently that guy is drunk, and he just decides that somebody touched him, he gonna swing on them, right? Jay Rosa, right? He gets so mad, he tries to like go after that guy, but his friend gets in the way, and then I had to get in Jay Rosa's way, right? Because I was like, look, yo, like, we're done, we made it, yo, like, and my man's like, when I say Jay Rosa was turning red, he was turning red, and of course it makes sense, like, rightfully so, like, you're trying to make way, you're trying to let people breathe, and this guy's like, nah, not only am I not gonna get out of the way, I'm gonna hit you. So it's like that. First of all, that's absolutely ridiculous. But afterwards, right? I calmed down Jay Rose and I was like, look, yo, like we're gonna get kicked out. You know, we're not trying to get kicked out. I still want you to be here. And this, I think like Mr. Wizard comes or a security guy comes or whatever, right? And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
like I want to talk to you guys. So
Did
now
he
this
become like Majin Buu, Mr.
it-
Wizard? Did
no,
he
it,
absorb all the
no,
damage?
it was the opposite. It was the
Oh,
opposite
shit.
of that. Yeah, it got real weird because so we're talking and stuff. I was like, hey, look, you know, somebody started the trouble. You know, it was the other guy's fault. Apparently, that guy got kicked out, right? So good stuff to that guy. Now, so the guy, Mr. Wizard, and the guy, right? They're talking, and he goes, "Man, like, oh, thank God, like nothing happened." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Oh, because we only got like, what did he say? It was like 2 security guards."
Oh, okay. I thought you talked about insurance money. Okay.
So he was like, "Yeah, yo, if something broke out here, we can't stop it." And
Yeah, during that time, the security was very loose at Evo, right? Because, you know, we never really had, we didn't, there was no reason to be that super, like, super extra careful during that time because FGC was quite safe and there was already a default security detail for the hotel casino, right? There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of security detail already there. But inside the event, they only have a couple of guys, though there's thousands of people there, you know, to mandate and a lot of referees. But yeah, it makes sense.
dog,
Yeah.
like imagine if like a bunch of us just started fighting because
Yeah.
again, it would have been warranted, but at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same time, it's like, dog, you wouldn't even have been able to stop us. Like we would have had to rely on each other. Like that's just
Yeah.
man, you
Hey,
know.
hey, I have a question. I have a question about this. Is like a off topic a little bit. Let's say you're playing in the Evo finals, right? Let's say me and you were playing the Evo finals, and then um the score is like, you know, 0-0. And then there was like, let's say I had like I just passed out because of, you know, whatever, like a health problem. I don't know what could cause that. Maybe like a heart or, you know, whatever, lung. I don't know what can cause a blackout, whatever. Like I had a health problem, and then I would have to be rushed into hospital. You know, it was an emergency. And then what happens to the Evo finals? Do I get disqualified, or do that get postponed to a different date? I think you just get disqualified and just be awarded as a champion, right?
I don't know. I feel like one, that would be a ridiculous situation, and two, I don't even think they have rules. Like,
Right. Like, say, is there like they give it to the third place, the one in losers finals, to play for it? Like, you know, I wanted to know because I would like to, like, because there's so many different things that I've experienced in the past, which is fucking insane. Like have you ever do you ever heard about that Ray Ray versus Apology Man in SER before?
no.
Oh, dude, this is the act of God rule was in place. So Ray Ray was beating Apology Man, okay, or something like that, and then it was 3 versus 1. It was 1 Super Scroll versus 3, you know, Mag Doom Sentinel team, and then there was no X Factor, I think, for whatever, and then the 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 Xbox disc broke, CD error, and it crashed the game. So it went back to the main lobby, and it, you know, kind of whatever, and then the systems basically ejected this disc. So obviously Ray Ray felt like he got robbed or something. So Via comes in. He was like, okay, well, this is the act of God, whatever. Kind of like it falls in the same category, like if there's a fire, whatever. It's like this is nobody's control, right? So they call that like quote unquote act of God, like clause, whatever, in the tournament rules. So they had to redo the match as if it never happened, right? So they had to do it. Then Ray Ray, I think, end up losing to Apology Man, and then so that kind of sucks. So I was thinking, well, I know like me getting sick for like a, you know, like emergency, that wouldn't be act of God because that's kind of like my thing. But then what's the rules in place for that? And I just wanted to know, just like a little bit
Actually,
brainstorming.
I was like, where are you going with this? But now I'm like, I get it.
I just wanted to know what happens with that. Like, you know, I would like to know because like that happened to Gamer B and Momochi, right? When the stick broke, but then you just take the round, sure, whatever, right? In the Evo finals. But I was saying like, what happens to that one? Let's just say they DQ me for getting sick, whatever. That
Actually,
would
now
suck
that I
for
think
the event.
about it, they would have to. They'd have to
DQ?
DQ you, I think,
Yeah,
because
yeah, but see,
this
that would suck.
it does.
That would suck for
But
you.
also no. What I think what would also be happening is there would be an investigation in the tournament, on the tournament, for the tournament, because
Why?
think about it. Most people again are already dealing with a lot when it comes to these tournaments. I think what would actually happen is there would be a new regulation because people aren't supposed to be playing this long or doing anything for this long.
Oh, you mean if
Yeah,
that was the cause?
because
Yeah,
it's
like a.
like
Yeah,
if you just magically passed out and they found
uh,
out that you're like dehydrated, you're malnourished, right? Like that would mean that you didn't eat or drink, right? And now they would find the cause of that. Okay, why didn't you eat? Well, he was in tournament, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then he had, an hour in between. Then went playing from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. and then went from
yeah, yeah,
6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And it's like, holy crap, like that's
yeah, yeah.
that's illegal, right?
Yeah,
If you think about it, I think it would be a bigger
that
issue than
sucks.
just you
Yeah, yeah.
giving up the tournament. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm just saying, like, that would suck for the event because Evo Finals is usually really important, and also it would suck for the audience that they didn't get to watch the finals, and also it would suck to obviously like the person who had to go to the hospital, but it's even more bad to the person who won because of technicality, because that means your Evo title would have an asterisk. Well, fucking like this person, Chris G just won because, you know, like you know what I'm saying. You don't want
It would
that. You
also
want to
be
be
crazy.
undisputed. Yeah, you want it to be undisputed. You want it to be undisputed. So yeah, that would suck.
It would also be crazy too because especially like if one person was in winners, obviously one person in losers. Like imagine the guy in winners is done for. So
You, okay,
that would
let's keep it real.
definitely be an asterisk, of course. If there was a person in winners and that happened
Let's
to
keep it
them.
real. Let's keep it real, Chris. Okay, so obviously the winners, the one in the winners has an advantage versus the losers, right? Obviously, because but for some reason, okay, most of the like for some reason, I don't know if there's stats to it, but I haven't really seen that advantage come into play as much.
Oh no!
Like,
Unless it's like top level play. Like
it doesn't matter.
if you kind of if someone sees two people and you're like one person's better than the other, you're automatically going to assume that the person who loses will run it back and win. I've seen that happen, and you've seen
And
it
so
happen.
many.
So
Yeah,
how many 6-0s have I done? At this
yeah, bro.
point, I can't
Bro,
even count how
I
many
was gonna
six
talk
O's I've
about
done.
this. Fucking, I don't know if you guys know, like there was a point of there's a Super Saiyan Chris G, okay, like Super Saiyan fucking God is Chris G, and the fucking TFC, okay, TFC. I beat Chris G in winners, whatever. So we're in the finals, and Chris G just fucking magically became Super Saiyan, and he 6-0'd me. And then proceeds to play Street Fighter and literally beats everybody and beats Justin 6-0, I think, also, or 6-1.
Yeah, he
That was
was
Super
up.
Saiyan.
He was up 2 games, and then
It was
I
fucking
ran
crazy.
it back.
Okay? And like, that's my first time getting 6-0, by the way. Okay? But also, sure, I was able to beat Chris G also in a tournament like the say Canada Cup when he was in winners and I end up winning it from losers straight, right? But then like that's what I'm saying, like it's so rare for me to see how like that advantage actually comes into play. Like being winners. But anyways, I know we should move on and talk about a different topic now,
Yeah,
But
for
yeah.
sure, man, for sure. So,
Yeah.
The second topic, this one's actually just pretty straightforward, but also, we kind of need to, we need to see what Capcom's going to do about it. And right now, it is the Capcom seeding for Capcom Cup, right? Shout out to Amakashi for posting
It should
this.
be quick.
Yeah. So it says over here, right? Number 6, tournament seeding for Capcom Cup group qualifiers. 47 players will be divided into 8 groups randomly, right? Then it says the invitation-only event with prizes scheduled to be held in 2023. Players in the Capcom Cup shall be the 47 qualifiers from the CPT. The tournament consists of qualifying group stages and final stages, details of which are below. Qualifying group stages, 47 players will be divided into 8 groups, and all matches in each group will be carried out in round-robin matches with best of 3. The first and second place players from each group will advance to the finals. Then the final stages, best of 5 double elimination tournament with all 16 players who pass the group stages. The players who pass the first place in the group stage will be placed on the winner's bracket of the final tournament, and the players who place second will be placed in the loser's bracket. Now, I've noticed that many tournaments try to do random seeding and stuff like that, but let's be real, I've never actually seen a tournament be random, no matter what people say, because there are top players. That's just how life is, right?
Yeah.
In this case, right, there are 47 top players, right? And they're like, well, we don't know really what to do. So because of the way they ran the Capcom Pro Tour this year, right, and everything's just region at this point. So how exactly are they going to do this? Will they truly randomize it? Do you think that they will pick names out of a hat and it will be Japanese person, Japanese person, like 5 Japanese people, and then 3-4 different regions in one group? Can that possibly happen? I'm going to say it doesn't. I'm going to say it doesn't no matter what it says. But if something like that could happen, I think that would be the greatest thing I've ever seen. And by greatest, I actually mean pretty funny and might be horrible.
Okay. Okay. I'm about to tell you guys something that's been happening in the community that maybe some of you guys are aware of, but I'm gonna tell you guys this is true. I put this on my whole family, whatever, but this is truly what happened. Capcom does rig the brackets. And I'm not saying this based on opinion, but with those Capcom Cup stuff, they do rig the brackets. How I know is they told me specifically, these 2 guys that was working there, that was like the head of whatever that event, or also the head of that particular tournament. And stop assuming it's John D. It's not John D. That has nothing to do with how the tournament is going to be run. But these are like the actual people in charge of those things. They specifically told me, and I've competed in Capcom Cup numerous times, and they told me, this happened in the Battle of the Stones. When the Evo champions, quote unquote, are already part of Capcom Cup, Battle of the Stones for MVCI, whatever. So we're technically already placed in a certain area in the bracket, right? Which is a bad thing because we can't win any stones, right? And then the people that qualified can get stone, which it has a fucking extra power within the tournament, right? So you get an extra life, or you get this, whatever. So they told me, hey, champ, the day before, I just want to let you know, I set the bracket specifically because I didn't like this person. So I want you to beat him because he's been talking too much on Twitter, or he's from this region. So they specifically did that, and they did that, and they told me that, and to me it doesn't really matter who I play because I was automatically seeded, and it's not like I'm gonna fight Chris or Justin first round, right? You know, I'm gonna fight whoever, so I'm prepared to fight anybody. But the fact that they were doing that because X amount they didn't like this person, and so I felt like that was kind of like ruins the integrity of the tournament. But Capcom doesn't have a habit of doing that. When it comes to the Capcom Cup Street Fighter, I like how they did it before. The seeding is based on the amount of points that you have, which is great. You know, at least people have an idea and it's not random. But if they're gonna go the random route, what they can do is actually do what StarCraft does, which is like a week before the tournament, they should host a live stream when they would put all the names of the contestants or the players in a bowl, and then they start picking the names and showing in the stream. Okay, we're drawing for pool 1A. This is the player. Boom. Get the next one, and so on. Right? That would have been the best one. It's fair. It creates some more content, creates more hype. That would be awesome, you know, for the community, for the hype leading up into Capcom Cup, you know. But they wouldn't actually do that. I don't know. They're just dumb with that. Like that, it would be so good. Do that. Do a live stream with that. Like they could be like, the fact that it's 8 pools, they could easily do that in 2 parts. Okay, on Monday next week we're gonna do a drawing of the first from pool 1 to 4.
You know how that would be so hype.
That would be so hype.
Even I would tune into that. I barely tune into any of that stuff anymore.
That would be too hype. And then you put some fucking commercials in that in between of like you know, it's like Rob TV talking about these players, and then, you know, interview. What do you think about Daigo being the same pool as Infiltration? Yada yada, right? Oh man, this is gonna be insane hype already in pools. And then, you know, eventually they're gonna have the full 8. Who do you think is gonna come out of that pool? Like that would create so much more hype and drama. And, you know, but I don't think they're about that, you know. But I'm about the drama, so that would be so good.
That would be kind of sick. I mean, but like again, I guess it's a little different, right? Because if you're talking about 47, well, including the last chance qualifier, but if you're considering all these players, you're assuming that all of them are, I guess, almost at the skill level to be able to get there, right? So let's say if it was the same style, where it's like back then, right, where you had to go to all these tournaments and whatnot, right? Because again, this Capcom Cup is region locked, right? So
That's stupid.
So you can't just be like, oh well, all right, I didn't make it here, I'll make it over there. Psych, you know. So I didn't like that. I haven't paid attention to who exactly qualified, but okay, there's a positive and a negative, right? The positive is, wow, we get to see, you know, I don't know the regions, so I'm just going to name random regions, right? We get to see an actual Canadian from Canada. We get to see an actual Brazilian from Brazil, right? Like, that's cool.
Is there a Canadian? Is there a Canadian region?
I don't know. I'm just...
Okay. I'm just asking because I think they're still part of the North America, so I don't know if there's a Canadian that actually qualified. I'm not sure.
Justin Wong. Okay, but besides that, right? Like, I guess that's cool, right? That's a positive. The negative people would argue that, hey, you know, like, that region is kind of whatever, right? I don't think that region is good enough, and there should be more Japanese players. There should be more American players. There should be more, you know, so on and so forth. So I'm not the guy making the tournament, right? So for all you guys, right, when I post this on YouTube, for you guys freaking sitting in the chat right now, how do you feel about that? Because, again, it is a 50-50, right? And they did run it the way they ran it. But, yeah, I mean, like, again, like, if it is possible that the random seeding, right, and the random freaking dividing could be lopsided, you know? So who knows, right?
That would suck. Imagine Taquito and Punk in the same pool with Daigo. If that happens, that would suck.
That would definitely suck, but what do I know? I didn't make it to Capcom Cup. I didn't even try to qualify. But, I mean, hey, look. Yeah. It just gives us more content. So, if that actually does happen, and there's a lot of salt because people were placed in different places, then, well, That's just too bad. You know, more stuff for us to talk about.
I don't think region lock is a smart move for the brand. I think you want it to be global, so it's open for everybody, and also and then it becomes more of a treat at the end of the qualifying period. You actually have the absolute best top 32 best players in the world, when every tournament is up for grabs. I do think that's what I feel. I don't want some technicality that this person qualified from a weaker region, yada yada yada, and that sucks because now you're punishing, like, out of the top 20, 10 of them are from Japan already. Okay, not even counting Korea, bro, or like Taiwan, or etc. Other parts of Asia, and that, like, most of the top guys are from those guys. Sure, in the top 30, you got the strongest players from Europe as well. Then you got the strongest players from NA, right? So it's like, I'm just saying, like, it's just weird. But then you also got South America as well, So I'm saying you don't want to punish that. Like, you kind of want to have the absolute best of the best if you're treating this to be like the main event,
Okay, then
that's
how about this question then? How do you feel about those regions and people in those regions not being able to go to tournaments and whatnot, right? Like, it is the way the world works, right? Like, if you have the money, if you have the sponsor, if you have this and that, blah, 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 you're able to just go to these regions and, try to win and whatnot. But I guess
this is how it works.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, okay, you know what I'm talking about, Chris. We've traveled the world every week. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Right? We travel the world every week for years. And what sucks is that we did have to do that to qualify or to compete, to whatever degree it is. But the fact that, let's say there's a tournament for, like, to a smaller region, and they found out that Daigo's going to be there, or ChrisG's going to be there, or Jaywong's going to be there. Now the people locally would want to go to that tournament and support their local scene because their favorite players are actually coming, right, for that tournament. So that promotes the FGC from a local level for that particular region. Imagine doing that with like 100+ events, which we did have for Capcom Cup. So that means every region now can be stacked with a bunch of different top players from all over the world. And that promotes the offline scene. That gives them more opportunities, which is actually awesome. It's a good way to produce the content for the fighting game community, good way also to promote the game in a local level and the region level. And then, all of that slowly becomes all global because now it becomes an international event instead of just a local event. But right now they made an actual local event only, region event like that, So that's what sucks about it. But I do think that they should have stuck with that one, which is just straight up like, it ain't the best, you ain't going. Like, okay, well, if you're like a top 8 guy, then you could just keep placing top 16, top 8, then you're gonna get enough points that you're gonna get in anyways. Like, I love that aspect of that one,
Yeah.
But yeah.
This
is my take on that.
There's a cricket, and I'm about...
Cricket.
Oh no!
What happened? Oh my god, you're afraid of the cricket? You're a giant, fool. Snatch that. Snatch it.
No, it's gone now. But it flew on the desk. But yeah. All right, you know what? That was the jump scare for the night. We all get one. In case you didn't know, I am terrified of bugs.
Now I know. If I ever struggle against Chris in a tournament, I'll make sure to have some crickets slowly crawling out of my pockets.
Oh, for sure. No, if someone threw a bug at me, you know how like somebody threw a what was it, a crab at Hungry Bucks? I would be flipping.
What? Oh my god!
I don't know about you guys, but like I'm definitely.
Oh my god! I remember that.
You give me a bug, dude, I'm flipping out.
Hold up, guys.
for
Second.
what was it? It was SBO. Was it SBO that had like the water bugs and stuff like that? I forgot which Japanese tournament that people were talking about that they were just like mad bugs. I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Afraid also.
Like if I went
I'm
outside
afraid.
and there was a tournament and the freaking and there was bugs everywhere, I would be losing my mind. I'd be like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
It depends on the bug, bro. If it's just spiders, I'm okay. I love spiders. But if it's like random, like I would say roaches, cockroaches, whatever, that's disgusting. So yeah, I'll be afraid of that one for sure. But if it's like a cricket or a grasshopper, man, I'm just stomping on them and killing those guys.
Yeah.
Like if they're trying to do that.
But yeah, guys,
I did actually do that. That is so true. When I was young, and I was in the Philippines for summer. Okay, we used to catch spiders and feed them because there's like a money match for spiders to fight. Okay, this is when I was young. I think I was like 7 or 8.
Money match for spiders.
I put this on my grandma. I put this on my grandma, bro. You know, and we usually have two sticks like this standing, and then we put a string, right?
Wait, you guys know what he's talking about? What?
I told Justin the story. I told Justin, yeah, they fight on the sticks. Yeah, put them on the sticks, right? Then you put the spider A here, spider B here, and they go meet in the middle, and they fucking fight, like whatever, and then some spider's gonna die and stuff. So I bought a very big spider that I was like so excited about, because by the way, the money that we're talking about is like the money to buy candies. It's irrelevant because you're young, but it's not about the money at that point. It's the thrill of winning. So I bought a big spider. So I asked my mom, my grandma, my aunt, my uncle for money. So they gave me like maybe a total of like maybe $8. I asked them for like a dollar each. So I bought the biggest spider that I can buy. So I thought big equals to just be strong, So, and then it's like my spider is like as big as a quarter, let's say, and then I'm fighting somebody who's like a penny.
Sit as big
like,
as a quarter.
You're like so fucked. I was so excited. And then my spider was such a bitch. He goes in there and he gets like, his back gets taken, and then he got bit in his actual big butt, right? And this fucker started dying. I was so mad. That's when I realized that it's not about how strong, it's about the technique, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, fuck this shit, and I hate losing. So I started asking my bigger cousins, who's like 14, 15, 16, etc., like to help me train my spiders. So they told me in the morning, you should like put all the food there, put the spider by the grass so you can start drinking the morning dew from the grass. And then you can start feeding them these things. So you start feeding that shit.
You had a spider on steroids?
I'm telling you, bro, I'm so passionate about competition. And this goes down even when I was fucking 7, man. Like, so I'm saying, like, I made that shit my passion. Like, mind you, I just visited Philippines because I have to go back to America anyways. But, like, what I'm saying is, when I was there, I was so fucking consumed by that. That's the only thing I gave a fuck about. I didn't care about no fucking Super Mario, all these fucking stupid single player games. I don't want to play that shit. I want to play the goddamn spiders, you know what I'm saying? So and then mind you, my opponents are usually the people around our house. So my neighbors, there are a bunch of kids as well. And usually in the afternoon, we go out there and we fucking put all the spiders. I was like, who the fucking is the man? I'm so excited. I didn't even sleep that night. Because, like, I was so excited that my spider's about to wreck these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And I fucking won. And that's when I realized preparation beats everything, you know what I'm saying? My spider was so sick, he killed 3 guys in a row, bro.
What was his name? Do you have a name?
No name. I didn't have any emotional connection towards that. I thought I was the spider. He was just my tool. I'm telling you, he's just my fight stick, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, quote,
that's
a 2023 quote, yo. I am the spider. Filipino champ.
I put this on all my family and my grandma, bro. I put this on all my family and my grandma, dude. And if you're like in the Philippines during that time, you know what I'm talking about. Like that is like a fucking That shit
Yo,
was just the best.
Photoshop guys, make it happen. Make it happen. F
I,
champ, the spider.
I love that shit, bro. That shit. Like obviously that was like many years ago. But I'm just saying. But that I don't think I would have been the player that I was if it weren't from those spider fucking things. Because that shit made me understand what competition was all about. Meanwhile, these kids just fucking, drinking their stupid juice. Just had their spider in the box. Fucking probably slept, watched some fucking cartoon that night. No.
Yo, I like how my man
No.
just it's faulting the children for being
You know what I'm
children.
saying?
He's like,
what the hell?
yo, why aren't you training? Why aren't you? Why aren't you,
You know what I
giving
mean? Like, why did they put their spider to run a few more laps? Like, you know what I'm saying? That night, no, if you're thinking about preparations, you know what I'm saying? Like, these kids were just watching some stupid cartoons or some anime. No, I was training. So I fucked them up. So that's when I realized that's all. It all comes down to that one. Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That's how you know, yo. Champ was born. Champ was born to compete.
I was bored.
Yeah,
I was bored.
my man was born to compete. How do you do that, like, at that young? What was I even competing at? Like, as a kid, what did I even care about? Like I was, like, obviously Champ is faulting being a kid, but here I am trying to be the goddamn Power Rangers. Like, I don't know, man. Like maybe I should have learned. I should have learned the ways.
Oh my god, those were like, yeah, I remember the kids around. They were so happy being the Power Rangers, trying to do these things, try to get some Wolverine fucking masks, whatever the fuck. I was like, what the fuck is the point of all of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't happy trying to play these fucking stupid Super Nintendo games. And it's like, oh, these games suck. Because you're just fighting the same fucking guys that you could just step on and just die. There's no competition there. I didn't really try to beat Koopa. I just try to avoid his fucker until he kills himself. I'm like, what the fuck? So I was not. And I loved chess too when I was young, so I love the competition part, But yeah.
You said you didn't even have to fight the Koopa. You just watch him fall.
Yeah, that's true, right? You didn't have to fight him. He just kills himself like an idiot. Like,
For sure, man. That's definitely that. I'm surprised I never knew that. But you know what? Everybody's there's always some new lore to learn about somebody. That was Champ's first intro to competition. But yeah, all right, guys. Sorry for the distraction with bugs. I have no control over what nature wants to do, and if a cricket wants to jump on my head, then I have to scream. But but you know what? Everybody was here. Everybody came here to find out the story of the hour, the story of the week, and it only happened yesterday for Blow Up Tuesday. So yeah, Champ, you want to start this off? You want us to because obviously this is your sim brother, all right? And I feel like
hey.
Hold on, let me finish real quick. He's your sim brother, right? And you already know you guys been sticking together since like Street Fighter 2, right? So that's like 20 years of like history that you younger brother.
What?
Continue.
Okay, first of all, I didn't really know Arturo until S4 because I didn't really play any Street Fighter. Number two, don't call me a Dawson player because I'm too fucking great to be called a goddamn Dawson player because I play different games. Also, just because I share a character with him doesn't mean he's my brother. Me and Arturo has gotten at it so throughout the years. I didn't blow him up before because he was like asking me for like my perspective from about matchups, whatever, and then he goes ahead and fucking starts talking shit to me in a private group chat. Then these Dawson players shared what he was talking, talking shit about me. Like he said he's better than me, whatever, which is so petty because who cares if you're the best Dawson in the world? Who cares? If they care about who's the best Dawson, I don't care about that. I care about being the best player that I can be.
Actually,
they care about who. Yeah, what the fuck, Chris? Do you think it matters if you're the best Morgan, or it matters you're the best player that you can be?
I mean,
fuck? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't fucking matter. If you're
nobody
like, if you
nobody
can,
plays Dowsum, yo. That's why.
nobody gives a fuck. If I was the best fucking Alex player or the best Blanca player, does that fucking matter? Like,
Apparently
no.
to some people. Apparently to some.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's what happened. But then, yeah. So apparently, okay, so this guy Arturo, there was Matcherino basically sent out a tweet last week about that they're letting him go because he was apparently stealing money or embezzling funds out of the
Okay,
tournament.
I just brought up the tweet. All right.
Yeah, the
So
crowd funded.
so
Yeah, go ahead.
for word, right? Matcherino wrote, one of our community representatives, Arturo, NYC Furby, has broken our terms of service and betrayed the trust of players by mishandling prize pool funds. They are no longer associated with Matcherino and will not be allowed to organize events on Matcherino in the future. We have paid out the players affected, and we hope Arturo takes the appropriate steps to address what happened with the players and organizations that he worked with. I think so this whole week has been weird because this is a weird tweet. When you think about it, right? So this is from Matcherino itself. It was a weird tweet because they're not saying what happened, right? So they're just like, look, Arturo did some stuff. It was some bad stuff. We hope he takes responsibility. Like, just off that, what do you think about that? That's pretty weird to just throw people in the dark like that and just without actually being like, yo, so what did Arturo do?
Well, okay, so obviously they hired him to actually be a community manager or whatever for their company for Matcherino, right? So they put a lot of trust in him to actually execute his job and also being honest about it and being straightforward. But obviously Arturo betrayed that trust by stealing money or skimming money out of every prize pool out there. What sucks about this is that some of the excuses that was given that he said was that some players didn't have Matcherino. Some players didn't have Matcherino, so I couldn't. So in order for me to pay them, it's like I have to cash out the winnings and put in my account. But then my argument for that would be it's so simple. Well, if you're working for Matcherino, part of your job is to promote the use of Matcherino. Also, is to encourage people to create Matcherino accounts to use the service. So it's pretty simple. Well, look, bro, if you don't have Matcherino, you can't cash out your prices. It's really simple. People are gonna
I mean,
fucking
that is
make
pretty
a
simple.
Matcherino account so they can claim their prize pool or their prizes, right? Doesn't matter. You're just gonna go. So to me, I felt like that was such a counter argument overall. Like I felt that that's your job is to promote people to create an account and use it. So yeah, it's just really weird.
There
Like
was
the whole situation.
yeah, no, so from that tweet, right? So this was the 30th, right? So a week ago, right? This is being said, and now we're waiting for what's happening, right? What's going to happen. So this was also on December 30th, where what's his name? D Nice had a Twitter space about Arturo, right? And there's a guy named JD, right, underscore FGC, who took some notes on exactly what happened, right? So I'm gonna read some of the Spark notes, right, so that we can pretty much get a clearer picture of what was going on. So it starts off by saying goes back further than 6 months, right? Apparently, according to some science, and I think it was Bum actually that found this out. How long was that happening?
My man Bum is like the super investigator. So he and in his amazing chat, they did investigate all this. This has been happening since early 2018 or something. My man has been getting top 8 and then top 3 and winning.
God
Top 3,
damn.
getting top 3 in every game, not just Street Fighter, literally every game but Marvel. Even Virtual Fighter, Skullgirls, all the older games, he's top 3 of those. Sure, you can say that he didn't really take all this prize pool, but I'm pretty sure he at least took a cut from them. And then sometimes some players don't even know there was a Matcherino, so that goes to him. what's crazy about this is that not only
That's OD.
not just top three, you see NYC Furby 1, 2, and 3. There was a few events that from Frosty Faustings, I believe, some of those years, that there was an Arturo, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Homeboy got top 8, all places, all placings. Like, you know what I mean? I know a lot of great players like yourself, Justin, Taquito, Daigo, and none of y'all, including myself, like has ever gotten first, second, third in an event, right? We only get
that's a
one
lot of
placing,
work.
so
That's
we
a lot of work.
suck.
That's
We
like
suck.
that's like Quackbot and like six
We
other
suck.
people.
We suck. This fool has gotten top 8, top 3 in every game for the entire tournament. If you don't consider this the GOAT, bro, like at the end of the day, it all comes down to the records, right? This is recorded. There's an actual, website that you can check who won that tournament. He got them all. He's the GOAT. Like that is actually insane to me. The fact that he can do that, and he's been doing it for so long. And
How did he get away with like I understand because like me, right? I'm not really paying attention to like the Matcherino stuff that's been going on, but I know a lot of people has been entering these online tournaments and whatnot, right? Because think about it, it's 2023 now, right? And when COVID started, there's been Matcherino just tossed everywhere. So it's like, damn, like my man was just like even with the links. Like, you guys had the links to the Matcherino and everything, and he was still robbing you guys under your nose? Like, damn, like, right in front of your face. It wasn't even like he was doing this, like kind of low-key, like, under the radar. No, he was doing it in front of their faces. I mean, damn.
What's up with the 60 days or 30 days payout? Like, okay, we've all used Matcherino before. I did some house tournaments, some online tournaments that I hosted for MBCI as well. And in the tournament, I've raised some funds, like maybe a few $100 for that tournament. I paid out the winners that say right after the grand finals. Those tournaments winners was like Taekwa and Bane Hollow, of MBCI. When I hosted it, it was fucking crazy. And those tournaments, like you've paid them off with just one click, right? And I didn't even get a cut from him. I don't think it's even allowed. But like I'm saying, like the fact that that's been happening and there's like 30 days, 60 days, it takes literally one click.
Yeah,
That's not
literally
costing you
one
anything.
click. So...
One click away. Or maybe 2 clicks. You put the name, payout, right? That's it, right? Like it's so easy to do it. So to me, there's actually no excuse for this. It's just really bad management. Also, aside from this being bad for Arturo, it's very bad for the FGC. The fact that now, how can you even trust Matcherino despite of them doing an amazing job for the FGC, increasing the prize pool? Matcherino is awesome in what they've done for the community, but the fact that the lack of management, for the fact that you guys weren't paying attention about Arturo being first place, second, multiple numerous events, over 100 events over the last 3 years. That was basically thanks to Bum and his chat from yesterday. They went all the way back and they found all these crazy events, and he even owes some of these players over $1,000. Like Sonic Saul, he owed Sonic Saul at least $1,000 for all these events. He didn't even know that there was a Matcherino for those events that he placed anyone. So think about that. How about those second players when there's like a huge Matcherino stuff? That's a quick 200 right there. And there's the people that knew that there was a Matcherino. He takes out 20%, 10%, 25. It doesn't matter, 10 to 25% out of that price. And they have screenshots for this. This is not just me saying it. They actually legit have screenshots and like PayPal, like how much the event Matcherino was supposed to be for the first place. It says there, but then how much he received from PayPal, like was so different. So it's like, what the fuck, So it was actually insane.
It's weird too, right? Because again, like people are now like finally bringing proof, but when you look at the notes from what the guy says to the notes that Arturo mentioned, like he took, because again he took notes on the stream that happened before Arturo pulled it down. All right, so I guess let me just finish reading off the D Nice thing,
Sure,
right?
sure.
So it says Arturo had not been with Matcherino for 2 weeks, but they didn't want him to make it public. Wanted to handle back end things first. D Nice and Bifuteki knew this was going to happen. Known Arturo for 20 years, and it starts with Next Level Battle Circuit. Next Level offline started to stagnate pre-COVID. Too late of start time is because Arturo was late or barely on time. Post-COVID, Arturo says he will run the stream, but he starts coming late again. Only 10 people start coming, and Arturo stops coming. Item takes over streaming Next Level Battle Circuit. It made Arturo upset in July. First week Item was supposed to stream. Item asked for Matcherino from Art. Arturo decides to show up. Next week, he didn't show up. Item becomes the permanent streamer. Then it switched to seasonal format. July money match, Next Level, Underground Masher Mike versus Coach Steve. Item and D were not admins. Arturo would not pay out to Mike. Arturo ghosted them. Had to reach out to Grant, co-CEO of Matcherino. Labor Day weekend, Arturo says he paid out Mike. Shows PayPal not via Matcherino, which is not how it's supposed to work. Arturo accuses D of trying to get him fired from Matcherino. D just wanted it paid out because it reflected poorly on him. So I guess what that's saying is that Arturo may or may not have pocketed the money, but D just paid it out anyway because of some type of miscommunication. So that sounds ridiculous as it is, right? So then Defend the North. Now, this event was pretty oof. Lots of ads. Mainstream was Arturo. Now, for those who saw what happened at Defend the North, it's crazy too because, again, I always tell you guys, I don't watch streams, right? I may watch, I think, I kid you not. So the year-end review, it said I watched less than 200 hours of streams the whole year. We're talking about even leaving it on overnight. That's how little streams I watch. All right, so I watched Defend the North. There was literal ad after ad after ad, even in grand finals. So, oof, right? Arturo was supposed to stream on Team Spooky, not his own channel. Obviously not. One of MSI's representatives did not like the amount of ads during grand finals. Arturo and Defend the North Andy, City of Brass, had a falling out. People were not getting paid out via Matcherino from Defend the North. No one got paid out until this week. So I assume that's this week, last week. The money, around $3,500, was pulled out from the Matcherino to Arturo. KOF winner was owed $500 for 2 months. Both him and Andy were trying to get Arturo to pay out. Item was owed over $1,600. Andy reached out to Grant Matcherino to get it paid out. Right? For those who have worked with Arturo and Matcherino, Arturo claimed he got a cut. One tournament, he took 20%. Tried to do it for Summer Jam, showed up hours after he was supposed to start. TOs had nothing to do with this. He doesn't have the money to pay people back, so Matcherino paid out of pocket. More events said, since Defend the North, 5 TOs have said they also had similar experiences. Says he would take 30 to 60 days to pay out. It only takes a day or so max. And Arturo was telling this to people, especially people unfamiliar with Matcherino. Bum was dealing with way bigger payouts and paid it out before Wawa had even landed at home. And Arturo had been working for the longest with Matcherino, so people thought his cut was standard. So that's just
That's insane.
That's just a Twitter space. That was from D Nice. Now, so there was one more stream that happened, and now this is from yesterday. Again, shout outs to JD FGC for taking the spark notes on what Arturo says himself. All right. Arturo admits his work ethic is not great, especially not this past year. He also says that he stopped coming but they are insinuating he was more upset than he was. He loves Next Level and IDOM. Says he was fine with IDOM streaming it. Arturo says IDOM did not reach out about Next Level Underground, only D. Says he was busy. Masher Mike was paid out by the time D reached out to Grant. August 16th, Art confirms that he had paid Mike via PayPal. Says that he did this because you don't always have people's Matcherino's details. Stands by what he said that everyone is square. Says people are making troll requests to Matcherino and with a question mark, so no one knows what that means. How Matcherino works per Arturo. He collects funds. It collects funds, gets everybody's Matcherinos, pays out tournament, and a lot of people say they don't have a Matcherino account or details. International players cannot figure out the site. It's easier to just pay yourself out, which is, I guess, what Arturo starts to do.
Hey.
Arturo says he never crapped on IDOM Next Level. Then it says for Defender North, D said Art and Andy had a falling out. Arturo says this has nothing to do with the allegations, and it doesn't need to be public. Regarding the allegations that nobody from Defender North got paid until last week, and that the money was pulled into Arturo's account. It shows Crazy Salvi getting paid from Defender North, KOF Matcherino directly to Crazy Salvi's account. Says the date is shown 12/13/2022. Says it was late because of personal life stuff. Multiple Defender North tournaments that were paid. DNF Duel, Tekken 7, DBFZ. Arturo about the accusations of taking undisclosed cuts. He says from October of 2021 until he was let go, he was an unpaid employee of Matcherino. What does that mean? I have no idea, considering if he's still working, why is he... Yeah, we're just going to ignore that. That's insane.
That's stupid. No way.
It says he was taking a loss every time. It says he did not take cuts. Oh, it says he did take cuts, but said he explicitly that he took a cut documented in the VODs. I don't know what this is. Matcherino has a staff option to take cuts. Says he did not use it, but it exists. Japanese players don't have Matcherino and have to be paid out via PayPal. Says he had to take a % out of it and also has to pay taxes on it. Rob TV,
no way.
Rob TV asks, why did it take so long to get people's PayPals? Arturo says he was off the grid. Rob TV asks why Arturo had to pay back Matcherino if all the players were paid by Art. Arturo says that he owed Matcherino for other things, such as plane tickets, and that it was not money owed from prize pools. He reiterates that everything is square, says that Matcherino is still auditing it, admits that he did break TOS. Arturo says he never actually used money. Then he says he did not withdraw the money from his Matcherino wallet until he paid out. Could not show the receipts for this. Says only Matcherino can see details on this, even though it showed at one point that he was logged into Matcherino.
Okay. Well, this is so easy to prove, right? If he can just show his PayPal and his Matcherino transaction history, and if you want to absolve himself from all of this, that's easy to do. But we all know that's not going to happen, because if he shows that this is like him basically admitting to defeat, right? Because we all know he did it based on all the evidence that we have. But like, if you so he's hosted about over 1,300 events, I think, for the last 3 years, right? Like including weeklies, events, etc. I think at 1,300 events or over 1,000 events. So would you some events he takes 10%, 20%, sometimes like a flat rate $20. Sometimes some people don't even know there's a Matcherino, so he cash out a quick grand. Sometimes he makes like a couple $100 from this event, whatever. But so you would, let's just say we average it, for every event he makes like $150, right? For every event throughout that, because sometimes he gets like 10%, 25, and sometimes all of it, depending if the players actually knew about the Matcherino, right? So if it's like 150 times 1,300 events, that's about 200K in the last 3 years. I'm just saying. So let's say you even say, okay, let's be generous. Let's just say he stole 100K. That's still insane. That's like jail time, bro. That is jail time. Like you are going to jail, like for that. Like that is
So
so bad.
this link that someone just posted, Middle Nay,
Destruction.
it shows that NYC Furby is tier 1 with 1,388 events. He has raised $478,000.
Yeah, that's raised, but that's
Yeah.
not the ones that he took from
No,
them. I'm
exactly.
saying,
So
yeah,
that's a lot of events that like, especially
yeah,
if he's trimmed off the top of a lot of
yeah,
them, and even if it's just like, honestly, it could be literally only like 100, which I highly doubt. But like even a
yeah,
hundred events, that's a lot of money. Like,
yeah. What's crazy about this is like how you were telling me earlier. Like, man, if Arturo's doing that, plus he has a stream, and then he also has a job, Matcherino, he's probably eating good. But man, he doesn't look like, like you said, he's eating good. But then I was like, yeah, for some reason, he doesn't even look like he fucking showers. He definitely has a hygiene problem. He still looks like a homeless piece of shit. It stinks all the time. And I don't know where all the money goes. Like, at least buy some new clothes or something. He looks presentable, you know what I'm saying? Like, he still bumps off some cigarettes every time he sees me before, right? So it's like, what the fuck? It's so insane. Like, where does they go? Where is he spending the money for? Like, maybe buying all these stupid monitors? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you see Arturo, he 100% looks like a homeless guy. Like
dog,
100%. And okay, I'll put my life on this. He showers easily once a month, maybe once or twice at best.
why you had to say you
Bro,
put your life on it?
for
Oh my
sure.
god.
For sure. Like anybody can attest to that. You see Arturo, there's a huge hygiene problem happening here. Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like so that's what I'm saying. Like I
Yeah,
don't
like
know
how
where
where is
all the
money
funds is
going?
going.
Where is it going? Like
Yeah.
you're telling me because like again like so it's funny that
Hygiene problem.
this comment summoned Ricky, but but like yo, how did that happen? Like so he's been doing all this for years, along with streaming
Yeah,
tournaments, along with all these other things that he's been doing. You know, with the
that's
crazy
true
amounts of
though.
ads, like
It's fucking
where the
true.
money go? Like what? Like how? And again, you're right. It does look like he doesn't have money, you know, apparently according to him, he's been going through a lot of life stuff
It's too
for
nice.
weeks and all that stuff. Again, I don't know what's happening to him personally, but
Too
like
nice.
I don't know,
It's too
man.
nice.
I think it's crazy how like it all just lined up like it's a coincidence, you know, like all this stuff is happening and boom, this guy's been robbing everybody for years. And it's like,
Yeah.
dog, like, what? How?
Bruh, have you seen his sandals? Let's not move on from this. His sandals look like from 1987 or some shit. It it's bad. And his toenails look like a toenails of a goddamn dinosaur. Like, okay, so if somebody steals, so if there was like who's in the court, that's his biggest fucking fight. That's just like a pretty good fighting chance. Because the fact that, look, judge, look at me. I look like a homeless. I don't shower. Look at my face. Look at my toes. Look at my outfit. I look like a bum. I look like a guy who lives underneath the bridge. You
That's
know?
his crushing
How can
light
I be?
pick.
How can I be stealing money from the people? Right? He can say that, and like, most likely the jury is gonna believe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Most likely the jury's gonna believe him because, like, oh shit, yeah, homeboy looked like he definitely needs to work on himself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying, like, I don't really go in like that to people, but the fact that I didn't even like, I'm just very jealous of Arturo. This is the reality. Ricky, you, Justin, everybody's so great. You know, I've done my share in the tournament. I can never place more than just one placing every tournament, bro. I'm telling you, he can do top three. Minimum.
he was making a lot of money.
How many tournaments has he gotten? First, second, and third on the same game, same tournament. That is insane. I am jealous. I don't know how much practice or dedication to my craft before I can reach that level. Not only top 8, bro. He got top 8 in Grand Blue. I'm not saying top 8. He got first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Not just Grand Blue. Virtua Fighter, Skullgirls. So I'm sure he embezzled the money from Grand Blue to get some Grand Green, like then Tekken as well, like Street Fighter 1, 2, 3, all the way to fucking 69 Street Fighter, right? The only thing he didn't get money from was the Marvel community, because the Marvel community is so independent that he ain't stealing from that community. But I'm just saying, like this guy, bro. Like I'm jealous. That's an amazing accomplishment. He's the GOAT.
I want to read one comment. Mr. Jonathan, the homie Jonathan. I assume that's from Local Battles, so shout outs to Local Battles. He wrote, "Look, guys, he needed compensation for all that work. The problem here is that the business development was poor." Now, like, I actually really wonder that, right? Because he's been doing this for so long. So how is he getting money? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing all these Matcherinos. He's being the guy for Matcherino. And according to him, he wasn't working with them for, like, he wasn't getting paid for, like, 2 years or something like that. So it's like...
Yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies. Yeah.
So it's like, was he just doing all this and then, like... he accepted no money from Matcherino, so he decides to just take off the top? You know what I'm saying? Like, what exactly was happening?
No, that's not what happened, brother. Because he's been doing it since 2018, and if he started working with them around 2018 or something, that means from the start, that was the MO. That was his motive from the start, right? Because if he started in right the first time around, then you can kind of see from the progression of all these links that was showcased from Bumstream yesterday, you can kind of see like the progression. Oh yeah, he was doing it right at least for the first few events, and then he's probably not getting quote unquote paid. Then then he can somehow transition to being a crook. But he was been consistent with that one from the start based on the evidences shown yesterday. But so, and also I don't really think that's even possible to quote unquote be employed or to get fired by a company and you're not getting paid. Like, that is stupid. No way. Why would you go out of your way to promote that if you're not getting paid? You're getting paid. You're getting some sort of cut already, default, plus your embezzlement, right? Like, so there's no way.
So what do you think is going to happen, though? You think? Yeah. Okay. So I talked about this yesterday, on my stream, and it's Champ was there as well. But I was just wondering, like, there's been a lot of things happen in the FGC, in the Smash scene, from all types of crazy things, the pedophile allegations to all these crazy, abusive stories. And correct me if I'm wrong, no one has seen jail time.
That's hard.
Since the beginning of me being in this scene. Like, it's like, it seems to me, oh yeah, oh my God, it's Andre, right. But it seems to me that we kind of just be pushing it under the rug. Like if all this stuff is happening, I mean, dog, like if there's real evidence, right? If there's real evidence that something's been happening for like years and whatnot, and you can just tell me like, yeah, so this guy, he's been doing things, like Mr. Wizard's case, right? He's been doing things, with kids and all that stuff, right? All these allegations. And no one looked into it? No one's looking into anything? So the allegations get put there, right? People find quote-unquote evidence, and then you just kick them out the scene? Like,
Yeah.
like what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and again, like I'm not out here with the pitchforks, right? But I'm saying like at some point, like, damn, when is somebody actually going to pay for the crimes that they've committed? Like do I want Arturo to go to jail? I mean, like if it's the case where he's like stolen like actually like a large ridiculous amount of money, then but
I don't want him to go to jail. I don't want him to go to jail. I just want him to pay for to pay the players their money. Also, if it was up to me, I would want him to shower more often. You know what I'm saying? That would be great for everybody else. You know what I mean? But Arturo, okay, sorry. Like go to a fucking Vietnamese spa. You know what I mean? Like fucking fix your nails, bruh. Like okay, all right. So Arturo, eh, he's just like nope. This is why it's so hard to get people like to get to go to jail for these things is because who's gonna file the lawsuit? Also, try to garner all these evidences, which we do have. They're just all spread apart from like different instances. Who's gonna do all of that work to actually pursue legal actions to Arturo? Right? Who's gonna do all of that for such a
I'm
little
gonna let you. I'm gonna
reward?
let you know who'll do that. The
Who?
the justice Twitter people. The guys who get you in trouble in the first place. Why don't they do something? Make yourself useful. Make yourself useful.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
sure.
You wanna
No,
you
but like
wanna.
legally though.
Yeah, no,
Like
that's what I'm
legally,
saying.
who's gonna do that?
Like somebody
Yeah,
freaking put all the papers together, go
yeah,
send it to the guy, like Ultra David. Yeah, Ultra David wants to be saying stuff all the time. Ultra David, I want you to gather all the papers and send it to the courts. All right, you're a lawyer. Do your lawyer thing. Like,
IRS is not gonna be a problem for this because he can easily just file these taxes and just claim losses in other area. And also, worst case, he claims all these money. He just pays like let's say half of them, right? Like he can, and then he just opts into monthly payments. So IRS would not be a problem as long as he's compliant, right? So that's not really the thing. It's like the law. So the IRS would not be a problem at all because he can be compliant and then he can get like up to like X amount of years to extend that, right? So that's not a problem. Like, but it's the legal actions. Who's gonna do that? You know?
another comment. Matcherino ain't gonna do anything because they will have to expose how poor of a company they were with loose partnership agreements.
They're definitely
Uh,
they did terrible stuff.
I
Yeah.
mean, we have to and that's why I mentioned, right when we started talking about this,
Hmm.
that this Matcherino status that I'm looking at right now, it was pretty vague. They were just like, "Hey guys, Arturo did bad stuff. All right, bye." Like, dog, like this is big. This ain't just they did bad stuff. Like, Matcherino, you guys have to take some fault here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You have been a pillar of the
yeah,
FGC for a
yeah,
long time. For the past few years, to actually just be like, I mean, it wasn't really on us. Sorry, you got a problem. Deal with that guy. It's like, come on, dog. Like, he was really working with you guys. Like, if anything, it just shows that you didn't even really care about him. Like, or something, like, just make something better. Say something better. Don't pull the Pepsi Cola, type of garbage where it's like, we stand for injustice, whatever
yeah.
that means. Like, just actually like put out something. Because again, like just as you said, like moving forward, it's it is a bad look. Like again, I have no problem with Matcherino, but I am putting the facts on the table. Like, come on,
Let
Matcherino.
me
you know?
let me do. Okay, there's a question like Matcherino paid the players who was missing money. Hey, Flyboy, what's good? Um, yeah, they paid for that one event, which is Defend the North. But how about the other 1,300 events, right? That it was showing that Arturo won those tournaments or, like cashed out the first, second, and third, that he skimmed out of it. So it's only one event that Matcherino covered. So I know that Matcherino was like they weren't aware of all these things because it was happening for so long. But they have to take accountability as well. The fact that they poorly managed the company to the point that they weren't able to supervise that Arturo was doing all these shady shit behind their backs, right? Because even the Matcherino was doing so much good for the community, like nobody ever gonna hate on them on that. But this was poorly managed on their end, and I feel like they have to take accountability. That's why they try to pay it that one tournament off. And so yeah.
Damn, like, and another thing that I wanted to mention, right? Because Arturo was a big streamer for a lot of these tournaments. So I wonder, like, what will happen moving forward, right? So there is, like, I'm not gonna say there's no Team Spooky, but you can't really rely on him anymore. Arturo
It's not her
was
fault.
exactly.
It's y'all fault.
It's definitely everyone's fault. Then the second in command, right, has been Arturo, right, and he's been trying to do the streaming thing, and damn it, like what is gonna happen? Like this isn't just a one problem. Like this is multiple problems, right? So the guy has been not only doing the Matcherino stuff, he's been doing the streaming, he's been doing the setting up for tournaments, he's been doing he's been actually a tournament player himself, and he's been on the whole monitor situation, the computer monitor situation, and it's
anything
like,
but showers. Anything but showers. Okay.
but besides that, it's like that's a big gap to fill now.
Yeah.
Like who is gonna now take up the reins? Like now that he's not there to promote the computer tournaments, it's like, all right, do we just pretend that doesn't exist anymore? Like, all right, let's just stay with the PS4s now. No one's gonna want to put in that much work to deal with making computer setup tournaments. And then of course, also, again, streaming. Who's gonna be streaming the locals? Who's gonna be streaming the majors?
That's a big deal, bro. You're right. Because Arturo does a lot for the community, has done so much for the community. This is true. I'm not gonna front about that. He's done a lot for the community as well. Taking a lot of things for the community too. But like losing him and the fact that we lost Spooky because Spooky retired for personal reasons. That's a big chunk of actually organizing talent lost in the FGC. Though sure we still have Bum in the East Coast, which is really a big pillar over there, but we still need more people, like to help out in that one, because we don't want the whole FGC to die, we love fighting in community. So if ever we need more players, more people to organize events. I know TNS is doing an amazing job. Wednesday Night Fights is not as active as it used to, so NorCal seems basically not active. So yeah.
Yeah, that's
not
really
looking
rough.
Good.
I guess it truly is up to Bifu or TNS.
Yeah. Bifu's amazing for that, for sure. Work with that guy is too good. I love Bifu Techie.
Techie, it's your time. Don't goof it up. But yeah, honestly, it seems that those two are the go-tos now, and I would hope that nothing ever happens with TNS or Bifu, especially like I'm seeing them do really, really good work over the years, and of course TNS pretty much keeping the Marvel scene alive. So
is TNS only Marvel?
No, they do KOF, I think, as well.
So more power to those guys. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah, and as Jabril said, they travel a lot now for West Coast and East Coast. We
have
shout
Kevin
out some
Ha.
Tong in them. Yeah, also Kevin Ha with his streams, but obviously he's not traveling like that.
Yeah. Kevin Ha for sure.
Oh yeah, of course. Definitely TNS needs their flowers. I always know. I know they put in the work, and I think when they first started doing the whole big thing with Marvel, I actually let him know myself. I let Tong know. I was like, damn, like you really doing a good job. Like, You
Oh
know,
yeah,
much respect. So
amazing.
if there is anybody to fill in the shoes, it's definitely those two. So damn, like it's only the fourth, man. It's only the fourth. This is gonna be a great year. Let's hope, you know. I mean,
I hope
actually,
it's positive. I
I,
want to hear something positive for the community, man. Like, we haven't had any good news for so long in the community. We don't even have anything exciting, like some sort of like a rivalry that we can like, want to watch. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, like I want to see something nice, like give me like a exhibition that's like so hyped, kind of like before there was like an infiltration versus Daigo. That shit was insane. Like the build up
Oh
towards
yeah,
that.
did you see the last exhibition? The great exhibition, freaking. Actually, there was two.
Oh
Last week, it was what's his face? Mena versus Punk in a
yeah,
11
11.
mirror match. I mean, first of all,
That was
that's
great.
whatever.
That was
But
great. Both amazing players too. Very very strong.
freaking
Yeah,
11.
that's good content. Yeah, but that's mostly for fun though.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
necessarily like a grudge match. That's just quite exciting. But shout outs to Punk and Meta for doing something like that for the community. Because that's always nice to see a first to 10, first to a long set of somebody. Like it would be nice to see like let's say yeah that. I think there's also gonna be like an Idom versus Knuckle Do, right?
Yeah, that
Did that
happened.
happen
And
already?
do won 10-8, if I'm not
Knuckle Do
mistaken.
one.
Yeah, that's actually, I mean, I'm not saying that's crazy, but like, I actually didn't see that coming. But shout out
You
to
didn't see
Do.
that coming?
Nah.
I saw that coming
No,
for
because
sure.
you know, like his last few like online tournaments, you know, he hasn't really been doing like the
Yeah.
bestest, you know, but like yeah, like Idom, I mean obviously Idom's the online god. So it's like, you know, I kind of just gave it to Idom just because of that. But yeah, actually, you know what, Jonathan, that's an interesting thing. So let me ask you a question, F Champ. Do you think, right, after all is said and done, right? Let's say, right, again, we don't know if this is true, 100% true. So again, I'm not sitting here and being like, yeah, yo, Arturo automatically did it. Like he took $100,000, right? But in the case that this is all true, right? Do you think that he should be kicked out the FGC?
No, but I do think he needs to pay for the for his crimes or his mistakes. He needs to pay for those for whatever reason. So he also able to have some sort of like a comeback. Like he should be able to do that. Like he made one. He made multiple mistakes from that particular one topic, but I think he should still be given a chance to come back and try to right his wrong. But I know that's quite difficult nowadays to do that to ask for that for the community. Like the community should never trust him anymore moving forward, but he should still be able to do events. Maybe he's not supposed to handle the funds anymore. It would be somebody else that's newly trusted. But if he wants to stream events like he's done in the past or host events that's done in the past, as long as he's not in charge with the financials, I don't think we should trust him or give him another chance when it comes to the financials, right? Handling the funds for the FGC. But streaming for the FGC, assuming he's not late, that's not been bad, not running a million ads, So like I think he should still be given an opportunity for that one, like we should not try to kill his livelihood that he's done for the last, 30 years that he's been part of that fighting game community. I have one request, that I've said in the past, like maybe he should, start focusing on the hygiene side too, just add that a little bit to the frame data, you know what I mean? Add that, that's about it. That's just my only request.
I like how
Just add that.
you paused for a split second just so you could bring it back up.
That was a good setup. Like I slowly build him up and then like shit on him again. You know what I mean? Like so it's like shit, a little bit of good, and a lot of shit sandwich. You know what I mean? But like but that's very sincere, by the way. I just I'm sure it's a little bit. I add a little bit of joke into it, but like I do believe that he should still be given a chance to host events. But he cannot. He shouldn't be trusted with the money anymore.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's weird too because like people again, they've been canceled for far less, right? Just for saying something stupid, looking the wrong way.
Yep.
Goddamn, who knows? Freaking not. Actually, you could even not even be talking about something and you get canceled because people thought you were talking about something.
I got canceled, and I mean, sure, I'm recovering from it now. I mean, I'm okay now, but I'm saying like what I did was stupid, and and I.
But you see, like even then, right? There's levels. You know, like you're like mid tier, right? And then Arturo is boom.
I think mine is low tier.
Yeah, obviously.
My cancellation was low tier.
I'm only saying that so we don't,
Okay, it's me. No, I'm not banned anymore.
Offend whatever. But so, like what Arturo did is actually really up there. Like in terms of like bad things that you could do. You know, like this is actually like almost completely irredeemable. Because again, like you already know, champ, I've told you so many times, right? People could do bad things, right? But I don't like to mess with people's money, all right? So I'm not here to determine whether or not somebody makes money or somebody should like get money, right? But Arturo was supposedly taking money. So that's completely different. Like again, like if he was like freaking stealing water bottles, freaking, eating all the donuts or, like all types of other stuff, right? Then I'd be like, all right, you know what?
Like touching kids, like
like
Mr.
these
Wizard.
are bad. Like these are really, really bad. My man's is out here taking money. So I mean, damn.
Touching kids, bro. That is worse than the money. That is worse. I don't care what anybody says, man.
Oh, of course.
Like, I'm surrounded
those
with
are monsters.
all my brothers. They have, like, like one of my closest friends, like Hyro. Hyro has 6 kids. CJ has 6 kids. 7, I think. 7. Sorry, I lost count.
Kids with
7.
Money.
Yeah, 7. So I'm like, I babysit these my niece and nephews, and I love these kids, man. They're like my family, and just to think about somebody would be a pedophile towards them, like it just breaks my heart, and I just want to do anything to protect that, right? But now that we heard of something about the Mr. Wizard, and it's true that he's been doing that throughout the years, and but I feel bad about that, especially for the children.
Of course, that's already irredeemable.
That's gonna be like a trauma for the rest of their lives, man. You can't,
And that's why I mentioned, right? Because in the case, right? Because again, right? So people were making like these allegations, like these semi-legit allegations against Mr. Wizard, but again, no one followed up. So we actually still don't know the truth, which is ridiculous too. Because again, if he actually did do it, dog, my man should be in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But again, like. That's why I'm saying, I'm like, yo, you Twitter weirdos, you goddamn self-justice lawyers, whatever, freaking TikTok dancers, like, you want to do all types of stupid work? Do that. Like, find out if he in fact did this stuff. Like, damn. Like, come on, yo. So again, like with this Arturo situation, I'm like, dog, like if he actually did it, I mean, come on, like. Make him freaking do some community service or something. Like, damn.
Yeah, we should actually have a tier list for the cancellation, So yeah, that's the S tier, right? The Mr. Wizard. Arturo is S tier or A+?
You said Arturo?
Yeah, okay, the Mr. Wizard.
Oh, Mr. Wizard. Mr. Wizard,
tier,
I
right?
mean, it actually goes in numbers because of how actually horrible it is. Like, it's really, really bad. There is nothing worse than that. So
yeah, that's nothing worse than that.
Yeah, there's actually nothing worse. Like besides for like someone being a serial killer, like that and that are like, man, like, oh my God, what the hell is wrong with your mind?
Okay, how about the Arturo? Arturo, but he did it for 3 years, multiple times, over 1,000 times. So that's a lot of
that's bad. Dog. You know what? I'm putting him in S. I'm still putting him in S minus.
Yeah, my man.
it's still, because it's not like he stole money sometimes. You know,
Yeah,
if
not
you
all the time,
this was like, yeah, exactly. He's a serial
right?
thief.
An oxygen thief. Think about that. He's aside from this that he's an oxygen thief. The fact that when you're next to him, you can't breathe, right? So he's an oxygen thief as well. You know what I mean? So you can't breathe because he stinks so bad. So you have to move away from him. So he takes away space, gravity, oxygen away from you. So that should add up into S tier all the way through, anyways, right? So aside from those two, that's it, right? Like, and then,
Yeah,
then you got
that's
like a few
definitely
other
the
cancellations.
S.
Yeah,
Uh,
everything else is below that. Yeah.
Infiltration is A, because obviously, you know, that's, again, we don't know what happened, but since something did happen, we automatically got to put that in the A tier. And then he followed up with the secondary cancellation, so we're putting him in A plus, because he was almost scot free, and then he said, "We're going straight back into the gutter." So he went from A minus to A plus. I didn't think you could do that, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Then who else I got? Oh, the infiltration one. I think that's like
No,
a
that's what I
B
put.
plus,
No, I put infiltration as A plus because
A plus. Oh yeah, that's right.
because he got canceled, came back, and then
Twice.
got
Yeah.
canceled again. So yeah, that's A
Uh,
plus. Oh
how
my God,
about
it's
Andre? That's different though. He didn't really do it within the FGC, right? He did it outside the
oh no,
FGC.
he was okay. The weird, so he did credit card fraud, but
Hmm.
another thing that he was doing was just pretty much asking people for money and whatnot, and just not paying back.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
he was doing this for a long time. So
Okay.
I
So
mean,
that's like,
I would put him in B plus. But what's actually crazy is, out of all things that actually happened in this FGC thing, he is the only one that saw jail time.
how about the guilty? I don't know what happened to guilty. What did she do?
There was a lot of sexual allegations against her, being a like woman, like abuser, pretty much.
User?
A woman user,
Guilty?
and yeah, like mentally and sexually harassing. Yeah, I don't know that I like. It's rough to go into it, but that was pretty much like what people were saying about what happened.
Is there evidence to this, or this is just allegations?
Apparently,
Like, you know,
there was
I
multiple things going on. Like I said, I don't know too much, but
yeah.
yeah.
She confessed frame one. Oh my god. She
Oof.
did confess. I mean, I don't know exactly what happened to this. Uh
Oh,
okay, and then
Gutex cancellation.
what
That's
happened to
definitely.
Gutex?
He did the whole like COVID conspiracy, and then
Oh man, that's his opinion.
the no, he what did he do? He like tweeted out some stuff that may or may not have incited violence.
Well, that's obviously that's wrong, but that's just an opinion he said he shared on social media. So just as an opinion, right? So I don't know the whole story. So, but I don't know the entire context of it. But like everybody, you know, we're a free nation. We should be able to have our own opinions,
Yeah,
especially on
that's
Twitter.
definitely the weird
Like
thing.
that's like
I don't truly think he did
the fuck.
anything wrong, unless again you guys have some evidence that I may not have heard of. But
That's
from
an
what I've
opinion.
seen, I don't think he actually really did anything bad, besides
Yeah.
say ridiculous stuff.
Uh.
Like,
Okay. What happened to the LTG? What did he do?
so yeah, Gutex is definitely D tier on
Yeah.
cancellations.
Yeah.
Low tier God, I mean, which year do you want?
Oh wow. I like the guy. The guy is awesome. When I met him, he's so nice in real life, man.
That's the
Y'all
thing.
like, have you met him in real life, Chris?
Yeah,
Right?
he's a good guy. It's just
Yeah.
again like compared to now, right? Because now he's not too ham, but
Okay.
before, I mean, I don't know if
Sure.
I don't know if I could, you know. So that's why
Yeah.
people still get on Low Tier Guy, because of the stuff that he said before. So
Okay.
I mean, like I can't, like I said, I can't defend that. So I mean, damn. Like, yeah, he got banned like ridiculous amount of times. Like, how many Twitters? How many Twitches? How many
Yeah.
YouTubes?
Yeah, that's a lot of offense. Okay, how about the Panda Global? I love
That
those
one
guys
is
too.
weird. That
That's like gotta be low tier, man.
it
That's low tier.
is.
That's just protecting their investment, in my opinion. Though it's wrong, but that's not that severe, in my opinion. When it
Oh no
comes
no no
compared
no
to
no.
the
It's bigger. We have to put it bigger because now it affects way more people. Remember how many people quit? How many people left? How many like now?
okay,
How many people are now free agents because of this? So they didn't just
okay,
affect their lives. They affected way too many lives now. So I think I might have to put it in S.
I think same as being a goddamn pedophile, bruh. I'm sorry,
No,
but
because
that is not the
I put
same.
Arturo on S still because he stole money from everyone. But
Multiple
again,
times, but this is one time.
I know, but guess how many people's lives are ruined now? We're not gonna say ruined as in oh my god, but like man, like for the foreseeable future, there's no check. Like
I mean, it's just a tournament series that was affected in a series, but then the Smash community is still strong and will thrive.
now
I just can't. I mean, okay. I mean, sure, that's your opinion. I respect that. I'm just saying that my opinion. I do think this is like high. It's bad, but it's not. I can't add that to the same level as being the Mr. Wizards or Arturo. You know
Oh
what I'm
no
saying?
no
I put them in.
I'm putting them in S minus because again of how many people loved Panda and how Panda was the definition of a good company. So it's only big because it's Panda. Now that there's no trust with them, now that again a bunch of people now don't have jobs and now they have to find jobs again. So it's like that's pretty big. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of people involved that now lost money. And how long is that going to be a problem?
Yeah, I guess this is like all the fact that we have different opinions about this, which is normal. Like it shows that like they're they might not be as bad as the other ones that we agree unanimously. I feel
Oh, of course.
so, but
Do I think what they did, like personally, was that
yeah.
bad? No. As an organization, they did some slimy stuff. The end.
Oh,
Right?
you know what? We're wrong about this. It's not the org. It's the one person, right? It's just one person,
Yeah,
Alan.
it is
Not the
technically one
entire org.
person, but
Yeah,
it
one
affects.
person, not the whole panda for sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
affected everybody. It's not panda. It's just one person. So
It was like finding out that Santa Claus ain't real. You know, like that's what the panda did to the Smash community.
and what did Triforce do wrong?
I,
Aside from like being Triforce, like I don't see what he did wrong. Like that I can highlight.
um,
The beach is not what he did. It's not him. That's the beach itself. Trust me on that one. We're the one who didn't get paid.
the problem with Triforce is not that he actually did anything like truly bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was the fact that he would not necessarily promise people, but be like he would try to convince them that if they stayed with him, he would like they would make money. So in a sense, he was a master manipulator.
Or he had a vision and a dream that he kept chasing, and he absolutely believes that, right?
Oh
Or
yeah, of
believed it.
course. That's the thing, right? So it doesn't matter whether or not it's delusional, but
Yeah.
but it's still like false. At the end of the day, it is false.
Yeah.
He told so many people that they would be good under his watch.
Okay.
So that's and we're talking about over 20, 30 people.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah. Okay. That's quite low, I guess.
I would put
Um,
that like probably C plus because again he didn't actually put his hands into people's pockets. You know
okay.
what I'm
How
saying?
about mine? How about mine? I mean, I
Oh,
know mine was over already, and I'm already
you're definitely
open.
you're definitely D.
I'm okay already. I mean, I'm
in
not banned anymore
actuality,
or
you're definitely
anything.
D.
Like, I just don't know how
Because
bad that was.
it's D for dumb. Like,
Yeah,
that's all it
for
is.
sure.
It's
I
just D
agree.
for dumb. Like, there's
It's
nothing
just
else to really say about it.
I've said this story many times. Okay, so
D for
this is
dumb.
what truly happened. I was in the house here at FGTV in Northern California, and I
D
was
for
downstairs,
timing.
and I was hanging out. Just came from the Philippines, and I hang out with all my friends and family, and my friend's family. So it was CJ, who's African American, and mind you, I'm not saying this to justify that. Oh yeah, Ryan's best friends are black, so he's not racist. No, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just sharing his story. So, and downstairs, I'm with CJ's wife, his kids that I used to raise in summer. Now they're like adults. They're like 18 years old now. So I'm just so happy. But like I was hanging out with them, Hyro and all these guys. So there's like literally in the kitchen, there was like 7 African American, and I was the only one that's Filipino, right? And then we got a big watermelon there, right? And obviously we are about to destroy that. We were able to find a giant watermelon in the market, in the Mexican market. We got it. And mind you, I'm an islander, so I love watermelon. Okay, I'm an islander. I'm Filipino, bro. I'm from the islands. You know what I'm saying? And obviously with their culture, they love that fruit too as well. And then so when we were there in the kitchen, it's like, oh my god, we're about to fuck this watermelon up. So they're like, all of us are laughing because we're so excited. And then I said, you know what? Watermelon lives matter. I said that. It's like, and then they started laughing. It's like, oh, you know what? Maybe that's a good tweet to do. So I take a picture and tweet it out. I didn't even know the fucking next day I started a revolution. I was like, what the fuck? So what I did was wrong, and I guess it was so insensitive during that time because the George Floyd situation just happened, and it felt very insensitive during that time. But the time of me tweeting I wasn't thinking about the repercussions of my tweet or my actions, right? I wasn't thinking about any of that. So I do know what I did was stupid and dumb and something that I shouldn't have done. But if I said that in any other time except for that, it would have been, I
Oh, for
guess,
sure.
it'd be okay. But what I did was wrong, and I take full responsibility for that.
That's why it's definitely D for dumb. But you want to know what?
Yeah.
You know what? You want to know what's funny about that? So right before you did that, right? Obviously, I was going through hell, right? And this was during also the Me Too, all these stories coming out and blah 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 blah, right? So obviously I got caught in the crossfire, right? So many people got caught in the crossfire. Now,
How about you though?
oh, hold on, right before that, right? So I was like, dog, like, yo, my life sucks. I was like, yo, I don't even know what to do. I would go to sleep and wake up and find somebody else that I knew. Like, their lives were now destroyed. Like, obviously, some of them did it. Some of them kind of didn't do it, you know? So I was just like, oh my God, like, who's next? And I remember one day, like, obviously, this was after you wrote that. And I woke up, right, in the middle of the night. And I looked at my phone. And I was like, no way. And I started dying, right? And I was like, dog, get ready to join me, champ. And I went to sleep. I went to sleep again. And then I woke up and I was like, let's see what happened with champ's situation. And I'm like, dog, man, that was whack.
I know what I did there was kind of weird, but it is what it is.
My situation, okay, the problem with my situation is that I'm like the only anomaly. Like, out of everyone that's done like bad things, I'm the anomaly because what I did was years ago. So
Yeah.
the fact that it came up again and then again and then again and then again, like, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, what do you want me to do about that? Like, damn, like, I'm human. Like, what? So I don't know. You guys, because when I did say what I said, well, write what I wrote, it was definitely me being like ignorant. It was definitely I for ignorant. I was being ignorant on purpose, and that's a problem, right? When you know what you're doing is really stupid and you do it anyway. That was what I was doing. So
Mm-hmm.
again, I didn't think I'd be sitting here in 2023 on here
Yeah.
with you right now because of something that I did that was ignorant years ago.
Yeah, that
So
was years ago.
so how the
That's like
hell? I
so
mean,
bad.
damn it!
That's so bad.
Like,
Yeah. That was years ago, and like I forgot who said this. It was just an analogy that I saw in, like, on YouTube or something about you shouldn't get, like, back then you were you were driving in an area where the speed limit is 40, and it was okay when you were driving 40, but then for some reason after throughout the years that speed limit became 25, and then you're still driving 40, but then, like, they shouldn't give you a ticket for what you did something in the past. They should only do something that's not okay for now, because every generation changes, right? You know, like, even our fucking taste buds, our palate changes every 4 years. You have to adapt. You know, same thing as, like, like, what's okay before is not okay now, and we just have to adapt as human beings. As society, we have different, during different times it's okay, during, or it's not as bad, it's not as frowned upon, because we haven't gotten checked for it. But after you gotten checked and say, we're hurting other people, it's time to adapt to that. And like, back then, look at we used to talk before, the words that we used to use, or at least I use,
I mean,
like,
damn,
was so
like this
bad,
is.
like,
I'm
and now
from
I
New
can't talk like
York.
that.
I'm from New
Yeah.
York. Like, of course, we said the most ignoramus things
Yeah.
humanly imaginable. There were words I didn't even know had meanings. Like,
Yeah.
it probably still won't have a meaning until 2035. Like, that's how ridiculous we were back then. Obviously it's
Mm-hmm.
not okay because it's never been okay. I've said some dumb stuff back then too, where it was like, damn, like I really used to use those words. Holy crap! But like it is what it is. Like we can't change what we did in the past, but we can change what we do now, and
Yeah,
that's pretty much
that's
the
what
whole thing.
matters.
Like, well, Mike Z situation, that was him being extra weirdo, I, harassing or some, like, apparently he harassed women, but I didn't really see too much of that. And then
uh
the
if
coworker sting, and then
if it was
and then the joke, that really bad joke. It,
like, if it was up to me, though, this is how I would do it, okay? Like, in the confines of the competition or the FGC, we should just have our own rules outside of the society, you know what I'm saying? To make it fun. Not saying, like, call each other bad names or anything like that, but we should be able to be a little bit more. It's kind of like in the NFL, like, they punish people from popping off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't pop off anymore. You can't talk shit, like, kind of like that. Or like in basketball game, if you taunt somebody, you get technical fouls. Like, I think there's room for that in the community. Like, just for that, just for the within the game. I'm not talking like anything personal to attack their ideologies or their rights as an individual. I'm talking like within the game. Like, I feel like now you can't do that, because, like, if you throw somebody like, yeah, motherfucker, that's fucking right. Like, if you say some shit like that, you might get like, oh yeah, FChem is trying to be a dick, or like to this person. Like, okay, like, like when Kaba was yelling so hard to root for his bro, which is Mena RD, and then but he was yelling to root or to banter, like, because Menardi was fighting against Goichi in NCR, and people were complaining that, saying like Kaba was so loud that it was distracting Goichi, right? It's like, so I was like, what? Like, so what's crazy is, like, the fact that they didn't have a headset and Kaba kept yelling. People were like getting mad at Kaba for that. But then to me, it's like, man, first of all, they're not in their home court. Both of them are kind of like, quote unquote, the away team. Like, they should have the right to root for for whoever they want to root for,
Yeah.
right? It
But
should be
there's probably going to
that
be
should not be
bigger rules
removed.
on that. There are probably going to be bigger rules on that. Like, for all we know in the
Yeah,
future, you better shut the hell up or you're just going to get kicked out. So, you know, for the Dominican guys
yeah,
especially, like, I understand their energy is absolutely
yeah.
insane. And I love it. I love the
I love
energy.
for sure.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like something's going to happen one day. So I hope I hope it doesn't. But, you know,
People
like
get
if,
mad
if you're
about
if
that.
you're at a 12, you know, keep it to like a 9, you know, like leave the
I'll still
threshold.
talk shit. I'll still talk shit. I'll still fucking. I might even whisper a few things to my opponent.
Also
Like,
oh, go
yeah.
ahead.
I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna whisper a few things to my opponent just to see what happens. Like, I love that shit.
Be like, you're ugly and you can't read good.
It's like, I'd be like, check your phone. I sent you a link, and then he checks his phone. He checks his link. It was an Amazon link for deodorant. You know what I mean? Kind of like that. Like, you know what I mean? Soap, deodorant, fucking shower cap, whatever the fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Kind
Shower
of like some
cap.
small little banter like that. Like,
That would actually be funny.
yeah, right? Something small like that. Like, okay, just literally small and short. Like, do you remember when Eduardo was playing against Julio in the grand finals, and then Julio lost back-to-back games to Eduardo in the grand
Oh, and then the
finals,
phone?
and then he had a phone call from ChrisG, which is another Ken player, and he was like this on the grand final stage, and he was getting advice, and then it turned around. The set turned around, and then Julio ended up winning the tournament. Like,
That phone moment was legendary.
okay, so to me, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Okay, I thought that was cute and fucking funny
I think it was
because
great.
look, how come it's okay if I go there to Eduardo, yo, bro, just like do a little bit more frame traps and shimmy because this guy kept taking grabs, right? Like, if I do that, why is that okay if I give advice to my friend who's playing on the stage versus somebody his friend is not there but he just got a phone call? Okay, but it's also okay to use your phone to check on your notes as well. How come that's not, you know what I mean? Like, to me, it's like you should be open, whatever the fuck, dude. Like, I would love that if somebody, if my opponent decides to, get a phone call from his friend giving him advice, I'm gonna like give him my phone too. Here, call your mom. Tell him you're about to get fucked right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? That would be so awesome moment for the FGC. That's like very good TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
That's
would love to
definitely
watch
would have
that
been
shit.
OD too. Like we just
Like,
start grabbing phones from the crowd and giving
You know
him
what I'm
like
saying?
multiple phones.
Call your boy. Call your boy. Call your boy. Like, call your boy. Oh, I forgot. Your mom is in my house. Sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be so awesome fucking entertainment. Like, I would be so engaged in the stream. Like, oh my God, fucking Chris, you just did that to his opponent. His opponent is fucked mentally. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what made the FGC so authentic and so cool. The fact that we get to see these little moments that are so rare in the drama, man. We don't get to see that shit nowadays.
Well, that too,
Motherfuckers are
and it's
hugging and
something.
shit.
Definitely, it's something that we talk about today. Like, when did that set happen? Not to mention, it was definitely like it wasn't like it was a memorable set by itself, right? Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Street Fighter Five. Who
Yeah.
the hell cares?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
the reason why I remember that set is because something happened. It happened, and not only did it happen, it quote unquote changed the outcome of the tournament. Whether or not
Awesome.
Julio was gonna win, that's neither here nor there, right?
Yeah.
Because we already know, like, Eduardo, you know, his mental was probably going downer, and then Julio was taking advantage of that, right? Because again, the phone situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, like, we wouldn't know. Just because it happened, though, that's what makes it like ridiculous. You're like, yo, my man's really picked up a phone call and won. like imagine that happening. Like it was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Like, he phoned a friend, and that friend gave him the answer to win.
Like, jump more, just trust me, jump more, okay? It's like, okay. Like, and it worked. Like, the fact that we're still talking about that set, we don't even know what tournament that was.
I don't know what tournament that was.
But the fact that that moment, I just told you who was fighting in the grand finals, and you absolutely knew what I was talking about. That shows that gave us amazing memories and experience for that tournament. And so I'm saying like many of those things is what made FGC, you know, all these hype moments, like Daigo doing some fucking crazy parries to Justin, like just one of those like amazing moments, you know. Obviously that's the GOAT moment, you know, the Daigo versus Justin. Like you see, there's also emotions there too. Like Daigo was getting mad, right?
Yeah.
Because Justin was twirling, and then it was a good storyline, and Daigo was Daigo, and Justin was Justin, so it was like a big deal. Then you got some other dramas too. Like it's just like really crazy. Like these things, what makes the FGC.
That's why I
And
don't
now,
mind. Hold on.
yeah,
That's why I don't mind the whole thing when I won Evo, because yeah, I won, but now it'll be remembered because of some random guy. Like that's what's crazy about that situation, right? Because people be like,
yeah,
"Oh, who won Evo?" Like, "Oh, this guy, this guy, this guy." But when does that happen? So that will go down as one of the most ridiculous moments in the FGC, and it has to do with me winning. Like, but it involves some guy that has nothing to do with anything. So like, it's
yeah,
just those moments, like boom, man. Like, I'm not saying we need that because I feel like that guy should have definitely been escorted pronto, but
that was
because
great. That was a
only
great moment.
because nothing bad happened. You know,
Yeah,
knock on wood, knock on
yeah,
wood. Only because nothing bad happened. What did we just talk about earlier? All it takes is one guy.
yeah. I don't think that guy had any intent of like to be physical or you know to try to be harmful. I think he was just so inspired of the you know the tournament on how you won the tournament, and he's delusional enough to think that he can just go up there and try to fight the Evo champion, right? You know what I'm saying? But I respect that. I respect the competitive out of that. You know, like so to me, it's like. I know that that's like a pretty good memory from your Evo thing, you know, like with David Justin when he won Evo, right? Like all the comebacks that he did, how he beat you, he beat me, the way he beat me, the way he beat you, and he rolled in the stage. That was a fucking big moment for the you know for the FGC as well. You know, they always think about
I
that.
literally,
Super
so
awesome.
I got up and I just like, I'm like,
Oh, good
what
shit.
in the hell?
Yeah.
My man like collapsed.
hmm Yeah. Like Punko taking off his shirt. That's fucking right, bro. Like that's a fucking good character in the FGC. Like the Punko, like losing the first game and then removing his shirt. Like what the fuck?
The fact that
You
he
know what I'm
can
saying?
never do that again,
Is that even allowed?
that's definitely not allowed. He would
Man,
probably
fuck.
be like stopped.
Like, you know, Killer Kai was doing that way before Punko.
Killer
Okay.
Kai was OD. I loved when he did that. My
Like,
man used to flex.
yeah, Killer Kai, bro. That was okay, man. Let him
Oh,
take off his shirt. We're playing video games here, bro. Let that rock. That shit is good fucking TV, man.
it'd be hot as
Like, they
hell,
need,
yo. It'd be hot as hell.
that
Let him
shit
take
was
his shirt off.
good, man. That was so good. Dude, that was so good. The Yipes, I mean, Yipes in the fucking mic commentary, like when he can be a little bit more loose, he can say more funny shit in the mic. That shit was so awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Yipes in the mic, like fucking talking shit, perfect. Like, and then, you know, you got amazing matches, you know?
We're all
It's
boomers.
just,
I mean, look,
yeah.
we just got to make it happen again, you know, one way or another. Like, freaking,
That,
like I said, just do like little things here and there, like little, just snarky looks, like ridiculous, like Champ said, right? Text a guy right before you're about to play and send him some soap, you know,
yeah,
like.
something. Something. Or, like, make it nonchalant. Like, you just grab your phone, you're like, hey, what's your address again? And your opponent's like, what? What the fuck? Why? I just ordered you this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like that's really pretty subtle. You know what I'm
uh,
saying? Like you know, show them like a picture of a nice dress or a lingerie. Like, what do you think about this? It's like, and then it's gonna be like, I think it's okay. What the fuck? This is weird. Yeah, I got this for your mom. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of like little subtle shit like that to fuck with your opponent. You know what I mean? Like these were fucking great moments, man. Like,
oh
it's
man.
not disrespect. They do that shit all the time in sports, and they're playing real sports. They're playing video games, so we can't do that shit just to talk like that. And the motherfuckers are gonna get so butthurt on Twitter. Like, what the fuck?
That's why I said I was like the fact that we're trying to move forward so fast, but we're not getting paid to move fast. That's the ridiculous thing. Like, people be like, yo, you can't be doing that stuff. And I'm like, why? You have to be professional.
Yeah.
Am I getting paid? Am I getting paid to be professional? What? Last I checked, do you see any logos on this thing? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't seriously just be like, yo, like, I want you to act this way. I'm like, the only thing I'm gonna act is human. That's it. I'm not gonna act like no ballerina. I'm not gonna act like any of this stuff. Like, if I want to throw my stick, I'll throw my stick. Like, all I gotta do is worry about paying for the stick when it's broken. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like what people do only reflects on them. The fact that people be making it reflect on the FGC is ridiculous. You know, it'll be like, oh my God, some random Korean guy took his shirt off at an FGC event. Oh, the thuggery. And I'm like, what do you mean? That was one guy that did one thing. That's on him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why does everybody fault the FGC for one person? Like,
I remember that now. I was horrible with that one. Like, you know, Deus Ex, when I called him a pelican, I felt like I destroyed his entire fighting game career. Because the moment I called him a pelican, he stopped going to more events, and people start calling him Pelican, and I didn't mean it to get to that level, but it was just he became the Pelican God, because he definitely does look like a pelican, right? Like, but he caught steam, and I felt bad for that, you know. And I've never apologized to him about that, but that was never personal, you know. But it is what it is.
What's weird about that situation is it was so random. Like, the fact that it was that random and it stuck. Like that would be like, yo, you goddamn beetle, and then that's it. Boom. Like, how the hell? Like, how would we have known that by you calling somebody a pelican, that would be like their nickname for life?
Well, that pelican is such a random animal, right? Like, it's such a random animal, so I think that's why it caught. And also, he does look like one, you know, in a way. It's the same thing as, like, I did call FGC Master Splinter, right? And I know that you can somewhat see it, but in a way, that's just a joke. But I said it, like, after the Marvel 3, like, Steam was kind of, like, down, you know? So it didn't really caught that much fire, you know? It's just for fun, shit and giggles. But Chris, I want to share something, a picture of, on Discord. Maybe you can share it to your chat or something.
Actually, I think
you can.
If it pops up on your screen right now, it'll pop up for the chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it shows you.
Yeah, it shows my.
Oh, well, then if anything, yeah, post it in the chat.
No, I can't. I posted it in our chat on Discord, and then you can just probably just, like, download it, and then it's just something small. Let's say an old picture. Like, oh man, I can't believe I have all these fucking stupid pictures.
Oh, hold on, give me 1 second, guys.
I have more of them too. What the hell? What the fuck? This would be good things to talk about. These stupid pictures at the FGC moments.
Oh.
You see, like, I had him on his, like, you should go show them.
Yeah, I think I have that. You guys can see it. Scene 2.
Zoom that bitch, bro. Zoom it.
How do you zoom in on this thing?
You should have just downloaded it, but whatever. I guess it's okay. That's fine.
Save image forever.
Yeah. So you see how, like, I got the pelican on his neck. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I posted that, and I kept pushing that narrative about the pelican. So it kind of caught steam on Twitter, and you know that's like a pretty. I end up going to that restaurant because when I was checking, like, you know, different areas within my area, and then I saw this shit, and I remember there was a pelican fucking thing there, and then I saw it. It's like, oh my god, from now on I'm gonna keep going to this restaurant just because of this. Like, look at that fucking bird. You know he mashing. You know what I'm saying? That's back then, though. That's hella fucking stupid. Like, the shit that I used to do before is just stupid,
You
man.
say you know he's mashing.
You know he's mashing.
He definitely looked like he would be mashing. Pelicans are scary, yo. I definitely wouldn't want to mess with a pelican. He could actually try to swallow my head. Like, it might be
okay. Okay, this other picture, maybe you could share it. Show some context towards that. I'm gonna tell you all the context.
What do we got? What do we got? Oh, I actually I have a funny story too about this situation. Oh, I guess what, open link? Is that? No. Why isn't there no like easier way to just zoom in? Discord, are you being whack?
Just download it and then you screen share. Yeah.
I guess it's whatever. Swiss cheese.
Yeah, so that one, I mean, I have so many random pictures, man. It's kind of crazy.
Now that I think about it, I don't really have like that many pictures in the FGC.
This is good. Yo, show it.
Yeah, I'm about to. Actually, I miss her. I was like, where did she go?
So, there's the Eva, right? Obviously, what's her name again?
KO Police.
KO Police, right? So CJ was like, oh, who is she? Right, during this time. This is like around 2011. Who is she? I said, I think her name is Kai Police or whatever. And then CJ's like, oh my god, she's hella fine. And then CJ didn't know that she was a transgender, right? And then I didn't tell CJ until towards the end. I told CJ like, oh yeah, she's trans, by the way. CJ's like, I give no fucks. She's just beautiful. And then it was just so cute. That was like that moment where I realized, oh my god, that is insane. My man had the feelings and in love. So you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh my man, high five on that one. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. That's great. That was great.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how like many people just like disappeared. And like now it's like you just don't got any stories of these new guys. And I think that's the bigger issue. It's not the fact that the people are, you know, like new people, right? Because it always they try to make it seem like it's some like OG versus youngster type thing. No, it's just like none of these guys have a story or, you know, some like cool things about them, something random. Like the fact that like you could talk about CJ Showstopper more than 99% of the new players, that says something. What did CJ win? What did CJ win? He didn't win anything. He wasn't a top player. He was just a guy who did his thing. Like he was just a guy who did his thing.
Yeah, he loves the fighting game community, man. Like CJ, you know, is there. Also, CJ, to his defense, like he's getting top 32, top 16 here and there, right? So he's not a top 8 player, but he definitely does his work. You know, CJ gets far. You know, he beat Yikes, he beat Kyohei in tournament.
He's like, definitely still pretty good at the game. You know, he'll make it.
Yeah, sure, he's not on your level. Like he's not a top 8 guy, but like he's definitely a top 16 player, right? You know, because you get top 16 quite often. So he's a top 16 player. He just needs to jump to the next one. But like, you know, yeah, he's definitely not a weak one.
Damn. That's the thing. Like I feel like and this is the problem. The problem is I don't think anything would actually like happen, you know, but like I would like to get like these new guys on and be like, yo, like tell me something interesting. I just don't feel like we're gonna get anything interesting. And I don't wanna be like, I know that's pretty negative to say, but like at the same time I'm like come on, like what is, you know, like what have you done? You know, yes, we know you play goddamn Guilty Gear Strive. No one cares. But like, what have you done? Like, what makes you different from the rest? Besides the fact that you play Happy Chaos, Leo, or Ram, or whatever. Like what separates you? You know, and that's what I would like to see from the newer people. Like,
yeah, for real.
I try to be that guy where I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm just mind my business and just try to win. You know, but like, even I had to just like say like stupid stuff to like get people like, you know, like annoyed or mad at me. Because I used to tweet. I used to be like, yo, I can't wait to say something dumb, and that's what I used to do. You know, like, and it would always work.
For sure.
It would always work.
That shit was awesome, man. Back then, I could just do that. Yeah. By the way, I sent you another picture. This is the last one. I'm sorry.
No,
but this was like I had a pet that was somehow molested, by this person. So in my house. So I would like, but I have taken photos, so you guys can see. But it's definitely a pet versus a person. So I have photos. This is real shit.
Pet versus person.
So I have photos. We got evidences here. So yeah, I'll let you guys decide.
This looks so
okay,
random.
But I'll let you guys decide. Okay, what's your guys' opinion about this?
What was it? A spider?
So, as you guys know, I love my teddy bears back then because, you know, you just have a few of them in the house. And for some reason, I woke up like around 8 in the morning and I saw Dacid, bro, on top of my bear.
Oh, that's Dacid, bro?
Yeah, in my living room. Because I have 2 big living rooms for gaming, right? And I saw Dacid, bro, had my bear laying down, legs open like that. And he mounts the bear. And his hands, I don't know what the fuck his hands are doing. Where is his hands? But when I saw this, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? My first response was like, shit, I'm not going to stop him, but I'm just going to take a picture. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to save this as receipts. It's hella funny. And this has, and I didn't get mad at him about these things, you know? I thought it was really funny. And what's crazy was like, during this time, he decides to log in on Facebook on our computer, in the main computer in FGTV, and then he left his Facebook there. This is true story. And then he left the house, but he's logged in on Facebook. This is during 2012. This is during 2012. So what we were doing was okay this time, but what we did was, or not as frowned upon compared to now in 2023. So this is 11 years ago, guys. So keep that in mind. He left his Facebook there, and then me and Hyro decide, what can we do? Because this person is very religious. You know, he's actually a nice guy. He doesn't do anything bad. He's actually straight arrow. You know, despite him doing my bear dirty like that. So what I did was, okay, let me try to get him back. I decided, with the help of Hyro, to post a long paragraph in his, like, to post for him as him, right? Like, basically stating that, yeah, basically stating that he loves rainbows, that he is with the, you know, LGBTQ, and he is, you know, been, you know, he's been on that side for all his life, and he can't, like, now he's happy to come out of the closet, basically. So we did that as a prank during that time. Okay, that shit exploded out of proportion because now his pastor, his mom, his dad, his family, all trying to call him, message him. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck? This is a big revelation to our, you know, religion, to our family. I'm telling you, it became a fucking big deal. But all this drama happened within our circle here. It never got to the Twitter world or anything like that. And I was like, oh my God, it's me. I apologize. It was a prank. You know, yada, yada. Imagine if I did that. Like, they're going to think like, oh, you know, like, this is like fucking FGF did something horrible, you know? Like, it was horrible. But for that time, our intentions was to prank our friend who's staying in our house every day. So, you know, it was a prank to our friend. And it kind of got out of hand. So, we apologize. So, everything just got, you know, we fixed it eventually. But, you know, I'm just letting you know the shit that we do.
Sometimes it takes some time.
Yeah. That she was insane. She was insane.
Jesus, oof. Damn, I remember those though. Like obviously, like if you left your freaking Facebook open, it was rap.
Done.
Like it was a wrap.
Done.
You know, you're gonna wake up to some new pictures. You gotta like some type of ridiculous status. Like it always happens.
Yep, they did that to me too as well. So after that, since they know that's my main computer, I got my Facebook there. My fucking homeboys did the same thing to me. They made a huge post that I was coming out of closet, that I'm a rainbow. What do you call this? A rainbow support. No, it's not that. Something a rainbow sergeant. There you go. They called it I'm a rainbow sergeant, something like that. Okay, they were all teasing. Then they start tagging my uncle. They tag my brother. They tag whoever in Facebook of my family relatives. They tag my fucking clan. Okay, and then I go there, and my entire fucking feed was supposed like, we support you, champ. We love you. We love you either way. I was like, what in the flying fuck is happening? So I was like, guys, I got flagged. This is not true. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, it was just like, but back then that was okay for fun, you know, within your friends, you know. But now imagine that. You could take that out of proportion and be like, we're definitely canceling these guys. They're definitely, you know.
Oh, for sure. You're definitely
They tag people.
Frame one, it's over. Like
that's frame one destruction right there. That's fully inbuilt too.
It's actually crazy too, because it's like since everyone has their phones, I don't even remember the last time I saw like a desktop Facebook open. You know, like or anything really open, because it's usually just on your phone now. Yeah, but damn,
that's more secured. That's more secured for sure.
Hell yeah! Somebody got your phone. I mean, at that point, I feel like someone writing a status on Facebook might be your last, might be your best option. You know, like. For all they know, oh, it's over for you.
Oh, man. Oh, well. I guess we're done with this. I feel bad for Art. You know, I think I hope he recovers from this someday, you know, after he pays for his, you know, for his mistakes and his crimes. And don't forget to shower in between.
You think he's going to come
while
clean?
Trying to fix it. He's definitely not gonna come clean because he's never clean. He never showers.
I mean, no pun intended. You think he's gonna come?
No, you totally set that up for me. You totally set that up like a fucking alley-oop. Okay, that was a alley-oop. Why would you ever use that word? Do you think he's gonna come clean? No, he set that up. That was a fucking good alley-oop, Chris. A good one.
10 out of 10. Would do again.
Yeah, that's a fucking awesome one.
But yeah, like I feel like I don't know. First of all, the stream, like I said, the stream was terrible. So, and he tried to backtrack. He tried to do whatever he did, which failed horribly. So I mean, at this point, Arturo, if you are watching, you know, like obviously, you know, there's a lot of people ragging on you, but you need to come clean, man. Like that's it.
Come clean.
Come clean. I don't know what else to say, man. Come clean, yo. Whatever you did, man. This is how the only steps is the healing. You know, that's it. There's nothing else. You're done as it is. You know. But for sure, man. Like just come clean. Whatever you got, whatever notes, all that stuff. It seems you didn't have any because you streamed, so you didn't have any notes, which means you're either hiding something or you're just straight up guilty. So I mean, God
straight up
damn
guilty. He's straight up guilty. We had like Bum has done all the evidence, all the groundwork in his chat amazingly yesterday for like 10 hours, and they pulled up all the data. We fucking have so much evidence. Like, so he for sure did it. To the extent to how deep. Definitely is deep, but how much more deeper? That's the only thing we're trying to determine. Exactly that. How much more? I know it's like over $100,000, but now we have to determine how much more, right? That's basically what it is.
Arturo,
like,
man, do what you gotta do, dog. Do it.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
At this point, everybody already assumes you're guilty. So I mean,
it's
like
2016. That's insane. 2016. The last thing I saw was 2018. I guess you guys kept going.
I don't think Art is the only one though. I mean, if someone was able to get away with that for years, I highly doubt he's alone. I highly doubt. So that, and I feel like that's why
Oh,
Matcherino doesn't want to fully say something, because that would mean that like all the big guys, you would have to look through all of them. If it was that easy for Arturo to do it, and he didn't even think about elaborate schemes or anything, my man was just like, I'm just gonna go do it, and if people forget about it, it's mine.
hmm
Like,
yeah, for sure. Uh, just to clarify, it's definitely more than 100 grand. Okay, because you have to do the math. He's been doing it since 2017 or 2018, right? Some people say 2016, but I can't attest to that. But this is for like all the evidence that is there. Do the math. For one event he did for 3,500, that was not that Matcherina paid for basically. But let's just say that he takes $75 out of the 1,300 events that he did, because he was skimming off 10 to 25% each event. Okay, and some events he takes 100% of it. Let's just say $75 each event. Okay, out of 100, out of 1,000. You know what I'm saying? 1,000, 1,300. That's over 100 grand. But then 75 is too small because some events are gonna be over. So his average is about $150 on average, because some events he will take 40, 30, 50. Some events, some games don't even know that there was a Matcherino, so he takes that. And this is just not just one game. This is Tekken, Soul Calibur, all the classic games, Grand Blue, anime, everything, Street Fighter 3, 2, fucking Marvel, like not Marvel, but every other game like that, everything. So if you average all of that, how much he was taking, let's say $100, 150 out of all of those fucking events, that's over 100 grand. It's like 200 grand if it's $150 out of 1,300 events. So yeah, so it's actually crazy.
in God's name we pray. Say,
It was really crazy. So that's gonna be very, very rough. And the fact that we actually have receipts when you look back,
yeah, I mean there is receipts.
all bad.
That's the biggest thing, right? Because it's like, especially though, like if you literally look, like, because it's not that hard. Let's be real, it's not that hard. You see a date. Oh, did that person get paid out? Hit that guy up. Hey, yo, check your PayPal or whatever, right? Because clearly it's going to Arturo's PayPal. So if you look and be like, oh yeah, I won that event. Oh, there was a Matcherino. I didn't know. Let me go check to see if I got paid that day. Oh, I didn't. That's crazy. Boom. That's it. So you know he kept the whole thing. So I mean, it would take a long time, but like
Oh shit.
there are people. You know, there are people just out there that like don't know about this stuff. And because of that, he's keeping all of it. He has to have been. Where else is it going?
Mhm.
He ain't donating it.
Yeah. How about the time that apparently he lost his equipment, his stream equipment, and the community donated to buy him a new extreme equipment? Like, was that ever verified that he actually lost the equipment, or he
I
just
have no
lied?
idea, but
Because
I feel like he pulled that because uh, Spooky has mentioned, like, I think even a couple of times, right, that he's lost equipment, that somebody has
yeah,
a freaking TSA, all that stuff, right? And obviously Spooky has been pretty straightforward when it comes to his stuff. Like, he doesn't want new stuff, he wants his stuff. So,
hmm
Arturo, yeah, I think he did that. I don't know if he did that only once. He might have even done that like multiple times, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, like, they got him new stuff. We don't know if it if he actually really lost it.
Oh man.
Dang, that's just, you see now. You see, this is a problem though. The problem is because he hasn't come clean. Now you could literally say that a lot of the other things add up. Now it's like, oh well, you said at this time that something had happened, or you lost something, or blah blah blah, or or you didn't get paid out, or like there's so many things now. You could be like, oh yeah, you wrote that. Like, was that actually true? So it's like it's better to just as quickly as possible be like, look, I did this. I didn't do any of the other stuff you've been saying, but I did this. That's all you
Yeah.
can do because now people can just run with anything.
Oh man, I remember all these things. You know what? I forgot about this is off topic, but have you ever do you remember those CPU tournaments? The CPU versus CPU?
Yeah, the ridiculous.
That shit, I wish that shit comes back. I used to do that too before. That shit was mad fun. That's like basically gambling. And I was a supporter of that. Like I would do a stream before and I would do a DBZ or a Street Fighter 4 CPU tournament and people would enter like they obviously I didn't make much money out there. I made like maybe like $10 to $20 max. Like but it was the content and the entertainment that I brought to myself and to the people that was entered because it was so exciting because like they would do like a we would do a 16-man bracket single limb and everybody would put in like $10 $5 who doesn't matter and then the winner will get a prize or the prize pool but they everybody picks their character and it's just you're gonna see like two stupid CPUs fighting each other all the way through and it was such a fucking hype moment and just the reason I'm saying this like have you seen anybody do that lately because
No.
like there's all these modern games. I don't know if they even have CPU. You know,
I think
that shit was
Flow
fucking
was the
fun.
last person to do that. Well, technically, people have been doing the marbles, but I don't know if people do that anymore. But that's what everybody was doing for like a year. The marbles, where you just put your name on a marble and then you could just bet for subs and stuff like that, and just see which one rolls to the end. But
Uh-huh.
nothing like intricate
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, no, fuck that. I'm gonna start streaming and just gonna fucking do a few of them just for shit and giggles. I would give away like a fucking fight stick or something or a headset for free or something. And then some are do something fucking legit. Yeah, yeah. Somebody won a lot of sticks from me, dude. I would give away so many fucking equipment sticks before, all the time. Like, okay, I'll come out clean. I made money on those. Why? How did FGM make money on those fucking things? Okay, so the WWEs or the Street Fighter ones, when I would
Those
give
were
away, let's
genius
say, a fight stick.
ideas.
Okay, so let's say I'm gonna give away a fight stick, right? Kind of like this. The fight stick is worth $200, right? But I got the fight stick for free as a sponsor, like or somebody like I say a company like Kwamba or 8art will give me fucking 25 sticks in my house. So just champ, just use them and then go do giveaway to your community for your local tournaments. I'm like, okay, well, everybody in my community had 5 6 already. And they're legit. Everybody, even kids come in here. They really want to. Their parents would bring their kids here, like because I was very close to my NorCal community. I would give them fight sticks for free because it was given to me by sponsors, right? So I was like, okay, well, let's fucking use this shit. So I know the stick value is $200. So what I would do, I would host a tournament. It's $16. I mean, it's $10 each for 16 people. So people will still get the value a lot cheaper than buying a stick if let's just say somebody wanted to enter, I'm going to enter 16 times, then they got the stick for basically $160 minus the taxes and the shipping, right? I made $160 there for free, but that's how I made my small little side hustle back then. It was sick, sure, I didn't spend money for that one, but it wasn't really free to get where I was at during that time. That's why I was able to get sponsors. But yeah, that shit was awesome because like I felt like I didn't steal anything from anybody. Everybody had the fair chance, fair shot, fair chance, and it was fucking
Yeah,
awesome. You know?
that's the thing is that like a lot of that stuff that people frowned upon was just smart decision making. Like
Oh,
honestly,
nice.
let
Yeah.
let's just be real. Like it was smart decision making. Like a lot of people just spent $10 to $20. You had a chance of winning a stick. The hell, the end. Like literally the end. There's nothing you could say whatever the hell you want to say after the fact.
Yeah.
That's literally it. You
Yep.
spent 20, 10, $20. It didn't
Straight
matter what
up.
he did. My man could have
Mm-hmm.
been rolling dice, flipping coins, freaking anything.
Doesn't
None of
matter.
that matters. You,
That's a quick come up.
the end.
Yeah.
Boom. I live in
That's a quick
Vegas.
come up.
I give them more money and get less. Like,
Yeah.
like, but for some
I
reason, they were just
I didn't force them to. It's like this is the price. This is the price. If you guys want to enter, go for it. If you guys don't want to, I'm gonna go keep playing these other games. So I was playing all these different fighting games. They're gonna tell me like, no, 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 champ, we want to do it. Okay, so I set the fucking whatever PayPal or GoFundMe link so everybody would see how much funds was there, right? Because back then it was easy to do the GoFundMe or WePay back then. So like, and then I will take a picture of the fight stick or the headset, whatever, mouse pad. I would do a package, whatever. So I even did a high stakes before for a fucking. This is true story. If you guys have watched my streams before, I did Xbox One and PS3 or PS4, I think, during that time. Xbox One, PS4, yeah, something like that. Oh, say, how did you get the consoles, Ryan? Okay, well, this is really simple. CJ has owned an IT company for so long, has a multiple business. He also has some people who would go in line for all these Best Buys or Fry's before at the midnight, try to get all these fucking consoles. So we will have so many consoles. If you go downstairs in my house, we literally have fucking so many PS5s, PS4s there that we don't even care. It's just laying there collecting dust because we don't use them. So before, like, okay, well, we got this at retail, but the price in the market right now, since it's such a rare commodity during those times, was $700 for those consoles, $800. So what we would do a fucking $50 to $100 fucking entry fee, and we would make like double the amount of what we paid for. But the audience knew about that. I was like, if you guys want high stakes, we'll do high stakes. But you know what I'm saying? I made money, but everybody knew about it. Everybody was in it. So it was really good back then.
I mean, at the same time, right? You're supporting somebody
Lean.
that's been streaming and giving you content for free. And
Yeah,
like,
for
yeah,
free.
if you want to support this guy by giving him $50 to $100, that's the same as donating, Except now you could just be like, oh well, like now I could possibly win a stick. I mean, yeah, cool, whatever. Until people started complaining, and then, and obviously people complaining because they were just jealous. They're like, damn, why can't I, sell my stick? And
I would actually probably do one soon, or maybe you should do it. Like I will give the price. The price is I have a 1080 Ti. It's probably used like 20 days, but I have not brand new, like a used 1080 Ti. I don't know how much of that worth, but you can probably do a low tier fucking tournament there. Who gives a fuck about that? But you could probably do that one of these days if you want to do it, Chris. Because I'm not really streaming.
I
It's
used
like,
to do I used
for
to do a
fun.
lot of giveaways. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just for
but
fun.
now it's like, man, we ain't sponsored no more. We don't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't get that luxury.
And I'm not really in the streaming world anyway. So I could be streaming, but I'm not streaming.
How many figures, yo? I gave away so many figures. I used to I had a whole collection of Mega Man figures, and
Awesome.
I just gave them all up. Oh, you want a Mega Man figure from me? See, I want a hitbox on Chris's stream before. I'm freaking just I used to give away a bunch of stuff, but and even then you see nobody ever expects anything back. In return, it's like if you want it, you want it. If not, too bad. But yeah, man, good times.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's great talking with you today, man.
For sure, for sure.
We need to come up with a new topic.
I mean, this was only the fourth, and all hell broke loose. Who knows what next week will bring? But
We have a good next week. Actually. Yeah.
but we do want to talk about some Marvel, So I think
Mhm.
maybe depending on what happens, if there's that big of a blow up, then yeah, of course we'll talk about it. If not, then maybe we'll have a Marvel discussion next week.
Mm-hmm.
Run that Mario Party tournament. I mean, maybe I could. I feel like you see, but that's the thing though. I can't enter because I'll win. But besides that, I don't know, maybe four people freaking tournament, like 4 stream monsters. That actually doesn't sound too bad. I like watching people play Mario Party because I like
Wait,
to see the.
you're good at that?
Oh yeah, I'm OD. It's
Oh,
actually
shit.
ridiculous. I won twice on Sunday with a group of friends.
Well, wait. Were you also good at Monopoly, Chris?
I won every single game.
See, you didn't really play with us.
I played in NorCal once.
Did you win?
Yeah, I won free.
Oh, it's like with me and Eduardo, right?
Yeah,
Me and
and
Eduardo.
Ricky, and I forgot who else.
That shit was great. Lando's the best. I don't care. You didn't get to
Yeah,
play
I
with Lando.
never played with Lando. I heard you guys used to go in with Lando for sure.
See,
What is he up to
when he
actually? I haven't heard his name in God knows how long.
when he said, if you roll if you roll Snake Eyes, I'm about to bust a nut. He said that on stream, and I rolled Snake Eyes and I landed on Boardwalk, and he actually got up and started doing this shit on the stream. Oh! And that shit was great content. Everybody loved that shit. That shit was great. Imagine doing that shit now. Like people are gonna be like, I don't know. They might turn the channel into a fucking 18 and up channel or something. Demonetize that fucking video. But that shit was fucking crazy, man. Yeah.
Damn, a Monopoly game for God's canceled? Jesus, I feel like. I mean, I'm definitely down to run it. I mean, you already know. Like, I'm down to run any game.
I mean, what kind of Monopoly? Like, is there a game Monopoly in Steam that we have that we both share?
No, didn't we play the
It's probably like a web-based Monopoly, right? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we could definitely set something up, you know, and it might, we could even do it like on another day, you know, like obviously still have the podcast for the Wednesdays, but like, you know, just randomly me and Champ and whoever the hell else wants to play, you know, maybe see if like Justin or Eduardo, if he can want to do something. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. Like, I'm down. And you know what sucks is I already have the worst feeling about it. I feel like I'm definitely just gonna lose. Like I know I'm talking crap right now, but I definitely feel like yo the roles are just not gonna like me, yo. It's like a self-defeated prophecy, yo. I'm just be like I'm that nice and then just completely suck.
There is absolutely no skill involved in that one.
There isn't.
Until towards the end. Until towards the end.
Yeah, when you start making trades, then you're like, damn, he actually finessed that.
Yeah. That's it. But it all comes down to the roles. Like, obviously, if you get fucking Park Place and Boardwalk on your first roundabout, I mean, fuck, I feel like that shit is over.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's certain places where if you get them quick, because no one's going to get the oranges, right, or the pinks quick. So, because everyone's going to have one out of the three, you know, you'll never get something like that. But it is possible for people to get, like, the two purples or the two blues really quickly.
Yeah.
But that's...
I remember I went all in on those fucking railroads. I thought that shit was going to mean something. That shit was irrelevant. Fucking Christ, man.
I love when people get all four railroads and they think that something is going to happen. And it never does. Yeah. It never does.
Does. That shit's weak.
People be like, yes, I landed on the railroad. Woo! Thank the heavens.
They need to do that, man. Oh, thank you for the sub, Jonathan Lore. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Oh, I'm surprised that the sound is popping up, but that's good because, you know, that means it'll pop up. It'll pop up 5 times, and we don't want that right now.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks, Chris. I'll talk to you again later on. Thank you, chat. You know, support Chris is awesome, doing a lot of work. You know.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna start. And this weekend too, I've been rounding up some stuff. I'm gonna start like putting up clips and stuff from my Twitch, you know. So I'm not gonna be like that guy that posts like one clip at a time, you know. So what I'm gonna start doing is like putting like compilations up, and yeah. So I'm gonna start doing that, you know. So I'll have like at least 2 things, you know, to post every week, you know, along with the God's Canceled podcast, but some clips and stuff for you guys to enjoy. I still have to work on some other stuff, but of course, you know, I am only but one person. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for chilling. If you already want to support me, hit that sub button, donate, whatever the hell, you know. And of course, Champ, thank you for coming through, as always, you know.
Yeah, shit was fun, guys. Later.
Shout outs to Arturo. Shout outs to the